as we welcome you in on a keg of sport. Voluntary reaction presented by the Griffin Law Firm. Russell Smith back with you here as Tennessee drains the swamp 31-21, or not even that, 31-11. Your final this evening. I'm so shocked, so stunned, so happy, so bewildered. I don't know if I'm going to make much sense here as we get kicked off here. Bear and Walker with me in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. We've got Davey Hudson joining live from Nashville. And boys,
it's been 35 years since I've seen this lopsided of a game. I'm stunned. Never seen this in Gainesville.
Well, it's been 35 years. We started playing Florida every year in 1990. Played them sporadically before that. But they weren't even really that much of a rival. You had the weird Doug Dickey situation. I won't bore you with the history of it. You can go look it up. But for 35 years, this series has defined everything about Tennessee football because of where the game was played, because of the quality of the two programs, and because of the misery that program inflicted on our program largely over the past 35 years. And I find it poetic that in that first game in 1990, Tennessee blew Florida out. It was 45-3.
Oh, raced him. I was there, man.
In Neyland Stadium. And we didn't realize it. At that point, we thought, oh man, we're going to handle these guys. And of course, it didn't turn out that way. But Davey Hudson, I find it a little bit poetic that as the series doesn't end, but it ends on a year-to-year basis, that we blow them out again, and we do it on their home field where we just have not won very often.
Yeah, and I mean, going into this game, everyone was saying, this is the worst Florida team we've seen.
Are you there?
I'm here. You guys got me? What about now?
Hey, there
coming
he is.
Through? Nice.
Yeah, we got you, man. What's up?
Hey, first off, glad to be back, guys. Hated I had to miss last week, but, going into this week, we were constantly saying, this is one of the worst Florida teams we've faced in a long, long time. And to just take care of business, it just put so many Vol fans, I'm putting myself into this category, at ease, where you're just like, all right, you're not having to stress out whether or not you can just beat a shitty Florida team. Because if you put your foot on the gas at the very beginning, first quarter against the spread bet for the Vols, cashed once again, and you were just able to coast. I didn't like the second half. I know a lot of people are probably going to have a lot of complaints about that. I don't blame them. It seemed like you were just looking to get out of there at that point. But, I mean, that first half was something we've not seen against a rival in as long as I can remember. I mean, that was just pure poetry in motion. Love to see the offense do what it did. For as many people that have been on Tim Banks's ass for who knows what for the entire season, to get a shutout in the first half, it was great to see. So I'm very happy with what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and great effort by the defense tonight. Offense going in there, and look, I'll be interested to hear if any fans want to nitpick about the second half. Yes, we clearly took our foot off their necks, off the throttle, and just grinded out the end of the game, and that's fine. I mean, it would have been cool, I guess, to really put it on them down there, but man, you won the game. You won it decisively, and now you've got it's interesting, man. It sets up this matchup with Vandy next week, 3:30 kickoff in Neyland Stadium, and a chance to really rain on their parade, but a chance also to extend. You go 9-3 this season, which is on the north end of the positive end of what everybody thought. 8.5, 9.5 wins, and you get this thing home at 9-3, a chance to win a bowl game and go 10-3. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool. And I just think that
this Florida
Josh Heupel, there's been a lot of conversation about our coach the past couple of weeks and the future. And I don't know that this changes his overall trajectory and future here substantially one way or the other, but I got to love, guys, the way he gives us these moments.
Yeah.
He gives us these moments, whether it's going down to Baton Rouge and boat racing LSU in their stadium, whether it's beating Alabama at home twice. He's now 3-2 against the Gators. He put 60 on Mizzou that year. He won the Orange Bowl. He took us to the playoffs. He gives this fan base moments. We hadn't had one yet this year, but we got it tonight. And it really doesn't matter that Florida sucks. And they suck. Beating the Gators in the swamp tonight is something we'll all remember.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen that often.
No.
So he's 3-1 against Florida in the last 4 years. It's really, really good stretch. Not a lot of UT coaches. No UT coach can really say that. So I'm just still kind of numb. I don't know. The second half, I think they realized. I think we all realized at the end of the first half, especially when they missed that field goal, that it wasn't happening.
Wait, Davey, when did you know? When did you breathe a sigh of relief?
I felt good at halftime. Once they missed that field goal, they're going down to give it a chance. I was like, listen, things could get off the rails and they could even find a way to make it close, but I don't see us losing this game. I just knew we were in control at that point.
What do you guys think about that situation right at the end of the first half? We had 20 seconds. Everybody I was with was screaming at the TV to call the timeout there.
He is who he is, man.
You don't want to throw a fade to the corner?
I mean, it's it doesn't cost you tonight. It doesn't matter, but it kind of we bungled. Yeah, we've bungled the end of half and end of game a couple of times. So we'll see. All right, let's get to it here. The voluntary reaction presented by our friends at the Griffin Law Firm. Check out griffinlawdefense.com for more about them. I'll tell you more about them as we roll through this victorious Keg of Glory edition of the voluntary reaction. And let's start with a call from some random guy. Rando, get in here.
Gentlemen,
yes.
Tap the keg. Tap it and pass me a cup, baby.
Go ahead and do your handstand on the Keg of Glory, Rando. You've earned this one.
I fucking love it. I was talking with my wife during the game. Our son is 21 years old, and we actually were just recently pregnant and didn't even know it the last time we won in Gainesville. So, wow. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than a second half where you're just bored. You're just waiting for the game to end. I would have loved more points, but knowing that the game was decided, watching the time tick away, knowing Florida wasn't doing anything is just, it's the absolute best feeling. I think one of you said it. Have we ever kicked Florida's ass in the swamp like this before?
Not in the modern era.
No.
I mean, this, they were in control of that game in 2003, as I recall, in the second half. But I mean, not like this. We called off the dogs. I mean, think about that for a minute. We called off the dogs and said, hey, let's just not get anybody hurt. Let's just run this clock here in the second half and get on the plane, go home with a win. So, I mean, that's never happened before.
No. 100%. We said, we don't need any more. We're far enough ahead. You can't catch us. We're going to take the ball and hide. We're going to run the clock. And, we're just going to take it back to Neyland. And guys, this, not looking too far ahead too soon. I mean, I want to savor this. And I am going to savor this until probably Wednesday or Thursday at least. But goddamn, if the biggest game in the Tennessee Vanderbilt series history isn't looming.
Yeah, man. Hey, and I'm glad, guys, that we actually kind of get some mojo back here where our fan base was in our feelings for the past 3 weeks. I'm not pointing fingers. I was right there with y'all. But to have a Keg of Glory moment here tonight and to beat Florida in the swamp, it's, first of all, we celebrate this one. And then I think, and I hope that a lot of people who were kind of like I need a break. I'm going to step away for a minute. I'm going to disengage, whatever, for the past couple of weeks. Come on back, man. Jump on that bandwagon. Big game against Vanderbilt. Let's shit all over their season, Rando. Let's just absolutely ruin their year.
It doesn't even really have anything to do with their season for me. I mean, they're Vanderbilt. I expect them to do the JOB. I know they've got a better team this year, but we've got plans on getting to 10 wins. And I mean, I'd like to be on that New Year's Day SEC school that doesn't make the playoffs, New Year's Day Bowl. Was it the Citrus?
Yep. Yeah. The Capital One or the Citrus or the Cheese or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. We've got to,
yeah.
I mean,
let's go to Orlando.
We've still got a lot to play for, Russ.
So, guys, I know you're going to have a long night. I'm not going to belabor the point. It's always great. And look, it's third time in my lifetime, and I was born in the mid-'70s. Third time in my lifetime we have walked out of North Florida with the win. It feels damn good. Let's get ready. Hopefully nobody got dinged up too bad. Let's kick Diego Pavia and his mother's ass. No violence towards women. But, you know, she can come down and she can cheer while we beat Diego's ass next week. It's always great to be a Tennessee Vol. It's great to win in Gainesville. It's been a long time coming. Guys, much love to all of you. Davey, much love, buddy. Good to hear you on the show. And on to the next. But, you know, let's fucking ruin Vanderbilt's season. Let's go kick some Big Ten ass down in Orlando, guys.
Attaboy. Thank you,
Appreciate
Rando.
the words, Rando.
865-966-3435 is the number, by the way, folks. People want to know. 865-966-3435. You can call or text the show right there. Shout out to the folks on YouTube listening, watching along right there. We love you. Everybody go do us a big favor. You love the brand. You love Fan Run. Do us a big favor right now. Smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube feed so we can get these numbers up and help spread the Fan Run virus all over Big Orange Nation. Hit that like button right now and show us a little love. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. We ask so very little from you as Tennessee rolls up 452 yards of total offense. We all know we could have been over 500 tonight, holding the Gators to a mere 261 total yards. What a bad team. How bad are they?
Bad, except for the ball kid, the running back. He's pretty good.
I mean,
he's
they are just, when you, Davey, you read my mind because I was texting something to the group right before you got it. When you call a time, you're backed up on your goal line.
Oh yeah.
First possession, maybe second possession of the second half. You've got it 1st and 10 at your 1 foot line. Clock's running out, and you call a timeout.
Knowing you've got.
Now, I know Billy Gonzalez is an interim coach. He doesn't do this professionally and everything. But if my dumbass is sitting on my couch with potato chips on my shirt saying, yeah, that's pretty stupid. You're not even going to save any yardage. There's nowhere to go. Then how do you not know that, Billy Gonzalez? I mean, good Lord, man.
Now, DJ Lagway's had problems, especially whenever it comes to, just understanding situational football. And that was evident tonight. I mean, it's one of those things to where I'm also just glad that they've had bad coaches that we've lost to in the past, but it was just like that wasn't happening now. And that at least, there's been a lot of people frustrated with Heupel and how things have gone this year, but it just goes to show you he's a caliber of a coach that's not going to lose a game to an inferior coach like that. And that gives me some assurance. Like,
it's not always been the case here.
Correct. No, but I mean, that guy's just, I mean, he's the interim coach, but he'll never get a sniff at being a head coach. Not at this level.
No, but it's another good thing about moving the game back to November. Like, we're used to playing them like the first SEC or second SEC game in September when they still have hope.
I wonder what a record is against them in November now.
I mean, the only one we've lost was the 2020 COVID game, right?
Was it
the only other one before that, 2001, because they moved the game because of September 11th?
Yeah.
And we didn't lose. Yeah.
So we're what, like 3-1 in November now?
Keep it November.
Yeah, well.
But it's so, we talked about it. I know you mentioned, I'm fairly certain, on the Daily Show, and we've talked about it, and we went through this with Mizzou. We aren't playing them next year, right?
We are not.
Correct.
So it was good to bookend the,
That's what I was saying at the beginning. I mean, it's an interesting. You bookend this series, 35 years of playing them every year, 36, whatever it is, and you win the first one,
ran them out,
and the last one in blowout fashion. Let's get Anthony in here next. Anthony, you're on Voluntary. Your reaction. Go ahead.
Russell, do you have a cup for me?
I do indeed, my friend. Let's go ahead and fill up a cup for Anthony as we drink, my friends, from the Keg of Glory. Tennessee drains the swamp.
I was going to get Bear and Davey to grab my feet, but I'm getting a little too old for a keg fan.
That's a young man's game.
That's right. Huge game for Heupel tonight. Speaking of moving the game, the Florida game is usually on my birthday weekend, and there's been so many birthdays ruined by this game. 2003, the last time we won down there was my freshman year at UT. For most of my life, this has been Tennessee's biggest rival to me personally. And we beat them so bad tonight, the announcers were kind of making jokes during the game and talking about Florida players auditioning for the transfer portal. It was great.
I hope that Kelsey Pope and Rodney Garner are still on that field right now, talking to the handful of players that Florida has that are worth a damn, telling them to come on up to the greener pastures of Knoxville.
Yeah, like Shady Hayward.
Yeah, well, I would probably take him.
Well, he's a safety and he's a warm body. So
exactly.
I'd take that running back of theirs. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Was Kitzelman holding back the Ethan Davis breakout?
I mean, I would be careful to read too much into this. Florida is trash. That was a great touchdown by Ethan Davis. I think he's a little bit more athletic, but Kitzelman serves his purpose, man. He's a heady player, does a lot of things that, in the blocking scheme that probably don't get noticed by us on every single play. You saw, and we saw Davis miss a couple of times tonight that were highlighted on the broadcast. So, I think they're, Davis is a little bit more athletic, but
he's a better receiver.
And we're excited about him next year.
I'm excited about Deshaun Brame as well.
Oh, man.
He's a load.
Watching Mike Matthews tonight, I feel like he could use some running back snaps. What would you think about him in a Percy Harvin, Debo Samuel type role?
I'm sorry, who's that?
Mike Matthews.
Yeah, man.
He's about 6'1", 200.
We get him on that reverse. We get him on those crossing routes over the middle. He's a player now.
Handing the ball off out of the backfield.
I'd say more of like the Debo Samuel type role. I wouldn't go quite as far as Percy Harvin.
I don't know that he's
most
that
people.
fast.
I mean, when he was a 5-star recruit, he was really a 5-star recruit as a safety more so than a receiver.
Yeah, Percy Harvin was bad fast. I mean, he's blazing.
This Vandy game, huge. There's a big difference between 9-3 and 8-4 at the end of the season.
That's what I'm saying. We got a lot to play for. For me, it's not about ruining Vandy's season. That's not playing into it. I'm worried about our season.
Oh, it plays into it.
It plays into it.
I mean, we can walk and chew gum at the same time here, Anthony.
Did you guys see today that Anthony, I don't know if you saw this, but Jared Curtis expected to flip his commitment from Georgia to Vanderbilt.
I did see it.
Yeah, we don't need them becoming a serious program.
No.
We need to make sure that they know their place and their role. I would argue, and I know y'all might argue against this, but I would argue that this Vandy game gives us a chance to beat a good team for the second time since 2022.
Yeah, I mean, this would be our best win of the season. Just
absolutely.
On paper.
Yeah, I mean, well, you haven't beaten
2023.
You haven't beaten an SEC team right now with more than 2 conference wins.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and we didn't have a good win in 2023. Last year we had, in my opinion, we beat one good team last year. I know the Oklahoma game, you can argue that one, but Alabama was really the only good team we beat last year. This Vandy team is a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
man.
they got it coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're pretty good. I mean, they're they're everything that we're not. They're not explosive and flashy like us, but they're just methodical and they don't beat themselves. Kind of an old school team. It's going to be an interesting clash of styles. It's going to be, post Thanksgiving, so like you're not going to be as many students on campus for that game. It's still a sellout. It's going to be interesting to see the vibes in the stadium. I hope our fans are up for it because there is a lot to play for, as you say.
Yeah, it's a big one. We win that one. We don't make the playoffs, but we're a top 15 team.
Yeah, if you win on Saturday, you will likely be the top SEC team not in the playoff because I'm anticipating Texas A&M beats Texas, and right now Texas and Vandy are the two in front of you. I don't see Alabama losing to this Auburn team, even though Deuce Knight did have a great game. And yeah, I think I'm blanking on who Oklahoma plays, but I feel like they'll probably pull through. Their defense is just so elite.
And if you consider everything and you give everything full scope, you consider Nico leaving when he did, Joey getting here when he did, losing Jamad McCoy, losing Gibson. You consider all the adversity. 9-3 would be a hell of a season.
I mean, it'd be a fine year.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think we'll be the top ranked SEC team not to make the college football playoff because even with one more loss, Ole Miss will still be in front of us. And I think they lose the Egg Bowl. I really do. I think everything that's going on with Lane Kiffin, and that would just be the cherry on top for him to say adios to Ole Miss fans, just losing that game and keeping them out of the college football playoff.
Where's that game at this year?
They should be in Starkville, right?
It's in Starkville, yep. On Friday at noon, which is gross, but
yeah.
Okay.
Gross, yeah. Well, guys, good win tonight. Good to talk to y'all. Let's go get one more tomorrow or next weekend.
Thanks, Anthony. Good to hear Anthony and Rando, guys who've had some legendary voluntary reaction crash outs through the year. Call in measured and excited and happy and joyful. This is good. This is good. Fans are doing well. 865-966-3435.
A lot of games on Friday.
Yeah, man, I'm digging it. By the way, we will be live on Friday with a special Black Friday edition of The Drive at the Casual Pint North Shore out west. If you want to come out and join us, we would love to see you. So make plans to come out there. Tuesday, we are going to be back at one of our favorite spots, Barley's in the Old City, as we do a special. This is going to be wild, man. We got Tennessee playing Houston in basketball. So we are looking forward to that one. It's going to be nuts. Deshaun Bishop tonight, 24 carries for 116 yards and 2 scores. Exactly what I wanted to see, Davey. I was talking about it all week. Feed the Beaver on a night when Peyton Lewis is out injured. Just used Star Thomas as a change of pace type back. And he 24 carries for Bishop, 9 carries for Thomas, and Tennessee rolls up 248 yards on the ground tonight.
Yeah, another great performance by Deshaun Bishop. I do want to give a shout out to Star Thomas, though, because that 52-yarder where it was 3rd and 17, and he takes it all the way to the goal line, goes down at the 1. That was great. But yeah, I know a lot of people are kind of like, we've been running back by committee this year. You would obviously like to see more of just Deshaun Bishop, and that's what we saw tonight. But I'll be honest, I'm really curious to see what that running here. I mean, Bishop, redshirt, more likely to return. I anticipate Peyton Lewis hitting the portal.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought DeJuan Morris had 14 carries tonight, 41 yards, and you can see what they like about him. And hey, he caught a bunch of punts. Didn't return any, but he caught them.
It's glad there's somebody else on that team besides Boo that can actually catch a punt.
That's all. That's a start. That's a start. By the way, we also had only one penalty in the first half, and it was a delay of game that we took on purpose.
That's got to be
So,
a first in the high player.
Yeah, those first four possessions were just a thing of beauty. Let's get Roberto in here next. Roberto, you're on Voluntary Reaction, presented tonight by the Griffin Law Firm. What's up?
Hey guys, good evening.
Yo.
Come down a little bit from halftime.
I know, man. It's weird. Like, I feel like I'm not leaning into this enough, but it's just it's a feeling of relief more so than anything else.
Yeah, no, I guess so. But like, I'm happy and I'm not complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Period. We beat Florida. I can call my cousin tomorrow, tell him fuck off, and that's going to be great. But Josh Heupel could screw up a wet dream, I'm pretty sure. Like, we had a chance to annihilate these guys. And it was 45-3 on the bookends in 90, and 2025 was there for the taking. I'm just going to say, in all the gloriousness, Josh Heupel's changed. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he murders that team, and he makes him like it. He makes him lick the white dog poop, as Russ might say. And he's not doing that anymore. It scares me. I don't know why. His offense doesn't work like it should if you're not trying to kill him on every play. Anyways, moving forward, what a great night to be Evolve, man. It was awesome. It was fun to watch the first half, blood from a skull, the whole nine. You know, we sat there, we made Urban Cryer sit there and watch it. And the night they honor him, and we're just running it up on his old moribund, shell of a program he left after him and his gaggle of, pedophiles and perpetrators left. So, it doesn't hurt me. And then, I really enjoyed the fact, or I guess I should say, I'm really glad of the fact that Josh Heupel, I don't think he's totally oblivious to Joey's statistics, because this is the second game in a row he's made sure we ran like a little flare into the flat. You could tell he schemed up a play to make sure Joey got his extra. I guess in this case we need 11.
He loves those 200-yard games.
Well, I mean, did you see the stat? I didn't realize this, that Joey now has the second longest 200-yard game streak in the FBS in over 2 decades. That's insane.
It's pretty wild, man. I mean, he's nothing if consistent. If not consistent, I'll take another year of Joey Aguilar. Yes, please.
Yep. And then Heupel could cap this season. If it was, hey, we're going to run the ball in the second half because we're not going to get hurt because we have a big game next week, I'm actually okay with that, for the record. Next week, you have a chance to really book into 4 years. When was the last time Tennessee averaged 10 wins a year and over a 4-year period? Because you win next week, that's exactly what's happened. We've averaged 10 wins this season.
Over a 4-year period? I mean, they'd have to.
Was it Palmer when we went 45-5 in the 90s?
Probably. And before that, it's really never. It's
right.
I mean, it's not the norm.
You got to
win
next week. Yeah, got to win next week, and it would be great to end their season. As you guys, I think it was you, Bear, that said it. Ending their season would be great, but I'm more worried about our season too. I think that we're a little bit better than I thought we were. I know Florida's terrible, but I mean, you look across it, man. We've had some close games on both sides of the ball, and that is we've lost and won. I just think that this season, you win next week, this season's that's an A. It's an A. It's a good coaching job for what he was handed in April, basically. And I will be very, very pleased with this season. But I want to say this, and I'll leave you guys with this. Man, we have got to get a new kicker next season. Take care.
He's the most accurate kicker in the history of Tennessee football.
Yeah, he's not clutch like some of those guys. I wouldn't mention in the same breath with Revay.
Cost us the cookies. Oh, man, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was going to get as many people as I could in the Smithmobile and go hit up both locations.
Multiple locations.
I know we were kind of being lulled to sleep in the second half, but do you know how many drives Tennessee actually had?
I do not.
We only had 3.
in the second half.
We had
Yeah.
3 possessions?
In the second half. Yep.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Because Florida, their first drive, 3 and out. And then we ended up punting, and that's when we pinned them at the 1. But they
Yeah, we were
managed
kind of
to,
muddling around there on at midfield, had a couple penalties.
Yeah, and then they had
got sloppy.
They had like a 7-8 minute drive to drive down to kick their field goal, right?
Yep. And then we had a 13 play drive minutes where Gilbert missed the field goal.
Yeah.
Then they had the touchdown, and then the final drive for us was 13 plays, 57 yards. It took up 8 minutes just to run the clock out for the final part of the fourth quarter.
And they had timeouts. You know, that they weren't in hurry up. They didn't use their timeouts.
They were running the ball, running clock. They were wanting to get out of there.
It was almost as if Heupel and Gonzalez had like some sort of handshake agreement at the it was like one of those running clock games in youth league.
This had to be the most efficient game Heupel's had against an SEC opponent here. He was 9 of 13 on third downs. They converted their only fourth down. I mean, it was just average 4.9 yards a rush, only 4 penalties for 25 yards, had the ball 35 minutes, 0 turnovers.
The two plays that really stood out to me, Davey, that they haven't gone our way. And then I've got a question for you. The big penalty on them, I mean, it was something that normally you'd see us do, a big holding penalty. And instead of having it 1st and 10 and you're moving it inside our 40, they're 1st and 20 from their own 15.
That was what was so stunning, is like all the stuff
Tennessee.
that usually goes against us in this series
happened to them.
We didn't have any penalties. They had all the goofy penalties. They turned the ball over on downs at midfield, get stuffed. They we were getting away. Like there's that one play where we had the obvious false start that they didn't call.
Oh yeah. And then I'll give Heupel that in the first half for anybody wanting to, I realize the second half played out the way it did, but he had his damn big ass foot slammed down on the accelerator there in the first half. He wasn't taking a field goal there. And I realized it was just 4th and 1. And we were, Florida is about as bad as I've ever seen him, but that's still pretty ballsy there.
Yeah. I didn't have any issues with Heupel's game plan or just the mentality until really he slowed up there on that final drive of the first half. And I mean, I kind of get it where he's thinking it's like, dude, we go up 5 possessions. This it's over.
Yeah. But I honest to God, I think Davey, I wonder if he's sitting over there thinking, at worst, he's going to have a 31-point halftime lead. If something screwy happens down there, like it did at Alabama, he could have a 21-point.
Yeah.
And them getting the ball back.
But I mean, it was good to see 0 turnovers as I watch Nico fumble the ball right now. So,
well, what a lucky break. Joey getting the strip fumble.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of those, like that never goes our way.
Florida fat boy tried to reach over and pick it up.
When have you ever seen a quarterback get his own fumble in that situation?
When a defensive tackle tries to play superstar and instead of just jumping on it.
Well, that guy, but then there were other guys who were just like hooting and hollering and like, mugging for the cameras and stuff. I mean, that is make no mistake, that is a sorry football team.
Oh, they're very poorly. They don't look coached.
Well, they're not. Who's going to be their coach, Davey?
They're going to have to settle for some run-of-the-mill guy. I don't see them getting a current Power 5 guy. But the hard sell for them is, you went out and you got like one of the best Group of 5 coaches based off the cycle last time in Billy Napier, and like, I'm going to see a lot of people point to John Summerall, but there's just so many jobs opened right now. There's not enough good head coaches to go around.
Nope.
I don't think that's a place where you can hire a defensive guy.
No, you're going to go to another Group of 5 guy and a defensive guy
at Florida when their offense has been so bad.
I hope they do, because it probably would not go about the way it's been going for them.
I mean, they are exactly. If not in the worst spot, but they are where we were at about 8 years ago, where they've had 4 or 5 coaches and 8 years. They put the stat up they were including the interims, but they put the stat up on the TV. I was just looking at it like, wow, they're us now.
I mean, I know it turned south with Mullen, but like for what they got out of Napier, It's like, hey, maybe we give Dan another year. And I'm sure if their fans heard this, they'd be like, no, he wasn't recruiting, whatever. But
They
man,
probably
it's
should
just
have fired Mullen. I think he'd have done all right in the NIL,
Yeah.
the completely legal
No,
part
I mean,
of it.
it ain't about the firing, it's about the hiring. And they've kind of done what we've done, or you get the wrong guy a couple times in a row, and you really kind of lose your identity and who you are. We don't lose our identity on this show. Voluntary reaction. We are powered by the Griffin Law Firm and our good friend Marshall Griffin, VFL. Check him out online at griffinlawdefense.com. MG, good evening to you. Thanks for jumping in. How are you, my friend?
I couldn't possibly be better, Russell. It's just not possible. This is it, the pinnacle, right here.
Beating Florida in the swamp, another California quarterback. You know, when you throw in Nico last year, like, what are California quarterbacks against Florida all time? Or like 5-1 now or something?
2-2.
I guess you got to throw Bray in there. He didn't do well, but it seems like we're doing pretty good when you get these Florida guys, Aguilar and Clausen anyway.
Sure. I'll take it. It was phenomenal to watch this go down. It's a long time coming. I don't know if this is legal or not, but I decided to go ahead and celebrate with my Alabama cigar that I didn't get to smoke.
I think that's legal. Yes, we're going to allow that.
And I was going to ask you for a ruling, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. No, smoke them if you got them, folks. This is a moment that we're all going to remember for a long time. The year Josh Heupel and the Vols went down to Florida and drained the swamp.
No, it was great. You know, my son is a student there who has not seen this happen in his lifetime, and was able to call and have a cool moment with him tonight. So, yeah, he's celebrating as well. But yeah, awesome game. And you know, as bad as Florida is, we've just seen it too many times where some unknown comes off the bench, future Heisman Trophy winner comes in and ends up demolishing us. I was just glad to see such a statement win from Heupel. It was just awesome to watch.
Yeah, man, that was fantastic. And we'll see what happens now. I mean, we got a chance to come back home and beat the commodes, flush the commodes. Diego Pavia and his hot mom and Theo Vaughn can all come up here and get some.
Pavia gets less likable by the day, I think, every time I see him on social media.
I hope our defensive players hate him as much as I do.
Yeah,
we never got around.
Gonna...
sorry, Marshall.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, apparently, I think it was Anthony. I don't know if anybody else has seen it yet. Apparently, he's already started popping off about us.
What'd he say?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anthony never got back around to telling us about it. I'm going to look it up. Sorry, guys.
That's not surprising.
He's thoroughly unlikable.
Yeah, completely unlikable. And I'm not going to wish specific violence upon that young man, of course, but man, I hope we win that game.
I mean, I'm not going to wish violence or ill will upon anybody, but I hope our guys play to the echo of the whistle, as Bobby Bowden used to say.
Absolutely. But you know, Russell, your halftime show, I caught that on that Twitter. That was just epic. Oh my gosh, that was quality entertainment right there.
That was fun.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
That was fun because the tension and the catharsis, the release, but the a little bit of tension of like, are we good here? I think we're good. I don't know. Are we good? Like that, all that was that was a lot of fun. And like I told Roberto, like it's just for me right now, it's just a feeling of relief. Like I dread these games. I told my wife, like she had gone to a movie and she came home. I was like, you can't be in here. Like you have to go. Like you can't watch this, and like you can't watch it with me. It turns me into a complete asshole. Like you cannot be in here with me right now. So I'm just glad it's over and we don't have to play them next year, and I can get back to just enjoying watching my team play.
It's nice to end the series,
yes,
you know, with us on top. That's great. I watched the game with my neighbor down the street, who's a rabid LSU fan, who was attempting to compare their triumph over the Hilltoppers with our accomplishment. But you know, I did my best to keep him in check as best I could. But it was just nice evening, nice way to end the series, and we all enjoyed your halftime chat there. That was great, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've done over the season. Everything it's been great getting it through it with you guys, and thanks for all that you do for the volunteer fans. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, my friend. We appreciate you and your support and your service to our country and everything you do for our nation's armed service members. And for those who are uninitiated, we got a lot of first timers drinking from the keg of glory tonight. Marshall, tell them what you guys do at the Griffin Law Firm, and not just for military members, but for other people, other federal administrative agency workers.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking for new ways to help people who are facing adverse action at the hands of the federal government, especially if you're in any kind of employment relationship with the federal government. We can probably help you. Not everybody that calls us becomes a client, but we try to leave everybody that calls us in a better spot than they were before they called us. So if you're having trouble with your supervisor, you're an employee of the federal government, things aren't going well, give me a call. Let's chat, and we'll get you through it, see if we can help.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Give them a call at 888-707-4282. And if you just want to go to griffinlawdefense.com, they've got the contact info there. It's griffinlawdefense.com. Marshall Griffin, we love you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Y'all, thank you so much, and take care. Go Vols.
Yes, sir. Marshall Griffin checking in, the Griffin Law Firm, bringing you the Voluntary Reaction Keg of Glory edition. Noticed Marshall didn't call in after that Oklahoma game, but that's okay. That's okay. Understandable.
He brought up that LSU game. I didn't realize they won 13-10 over Western Kentucky.
Oh, brutal.
Do what now?
Yeah, LSU, it was 7-3 at halftime, and they won 13-10. And I was looking up the play-by-play, and what actually happened was it was 13-3, and then with like 2 minutes left, Western Kentucky returned a fumble for like 70 yards for a touchdown, had a chance to get the onside kick, and didn't convert.
I should have known. That's why I noticed on Twitter, T-Bob Abear was saying that he was talking about what a quality opponent Western Kentucky was.
Well, I mean, when you are in a Lane Kiffin situation,
I don't care about that game, dude.
Like, any sort of Lane Kiffin-induced psychosis, which that's what they're – and you watch Ole Miss this week. They go down there and lose that game to Mississippi State because that's got to be chaos in that building with those players who this is what college football is now in 2025, where you get to the last week or two of the season and all these players are thinking about next year. Where am I going to be? What's my deal? Am I going to stay? Am I going to go? There's all sorts of tampering going on right now. We're doing it, by the way. It's being done to us. There are no rules. It's the wild, wild west. And so everybody's distracted. Everybody's distracted right now. And when you've got that situation where, half the players on Ole Miss roster are probably thinking, am I going to be able to go with Lane to Baton Rouge next year? Well, I don't want to stay here and play for John Summerall. Like, where am I going to go? So they're all thinking, like, our leader is leaving.
Right.
He's not committed to this place. So why should I be? So they're all looking to get out. Like, where do we go? They're not thinking about Mississippi State. They're not thinking about the Egg Bowl. They're not thinking about the playoffs. They're thinking about their bag next year. How much money am I going to get, and who's going to give it to me?
It's Davey, it's the best season that Ole Miss has ever had. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks if you're the fan in that perspective, but I was going to say the same thing, Bear. Like, I mean, the fans, like, they're having to deal with all this outside noise as to what's going to happen for the future, but right now they're trying to just have the best season in Ole Miss history and make the playoff, which is something, that every team, like, they just want to get that hurdle over with, and this is something they can do. Listen, the thing for me with Lane is I don't know how serious they are, but he's got Jimmy Sexton as an agent, and he's going to be able to get everybody what they want at the end of the day. But it's like, does Lane actually have any inkling of he wants to jump back into the pro game? Because, I mean, right now, like, they always talk about it, like teaming him up again with Jackson Dart.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Lane in New York City
and a high draft pick.
I'm here for it.
You think he'd be? I mean, New York Post would love his ass, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's got complete disaster written all over it. All right, Bear, who's next?
We have Justin.
Justin, you're on voluntary reaction. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Russ?
Oh, not much, man. Just drinking from the keg of glory. Winning in the swamp
Hey,
doesn't happen often. You got to savor it.
Hey, I'm 33 this year, and that's the first one that I can probably remember. But man, I leave tonight kind of pissed off because we're up 31-0 at halftime, and we finished the game 31-11. I mean, did Eli Drinkwitz piss us off that much? Did he scare Heupel that much when he comes out and says, "Oh, well, we stand on business, Josh"? I mean, and then runs away with piss running down his leg. I mean, shit. We ain't embarrassed the team since.
No, I think, honest to God, Justin, I think it has more to do with the fact that we, A, really don't have a backup quarterback, and B, got a really important game next week. He just took the air out of the ball. He just ran the damn ball at him.
I mean, I feel what you're saying too, Justin, but like the BVS part of me is, as I'm watching that unfold in the second half, it's like, I get it. Like we throw it, it's 31-11 or whatever. Throw an interception here. Ball gets tipped up in the air, they're running it back, and all of a sudden, it's 30. It's like a 12-point game or something, and they're onside. Like, let's not tempt the wrath of the whatever high atop the thing. But I get you. Like, it does take not a lot. This is still a great win and a great night, but like there was a part of me is thinking we're winning this one 45-3. Like we are going to absolutely teabag these guys.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, how many opportunities have we had to absolutely embarrass these sons of bitches? And it just feels like, I mean, I don't think we took a shot to the end zone until the second half. And I don't know, even our run game just became vanilla in the second half. It was run up the middle, punt, or which
well, I mean,
we only had one punt in the second half.
Where we did have, I didn't realize that we only had 3 possessions, and that did kind of. I was sitting on hold waiting on that, and I was like, well, that is a valid point, but it just. I feel like we had the opportunity to embarrass these assholes, and something that hasn't come along. We had to wait. How many was it? 15 years, 14 years of solid losing to these assholes. And I guess I'm only bitter because I have a really good friend who's a Florida fan because Peyton Manning wouldn't sign an autograph for him back in whatever year that was, and I guess that's why I'm kind of bitter because I love getting the opportunity to rub that shit in his face anytime I get a chance.
What are friends for? Well, you still can't. You still can't. You here's what you do, Justin. You just call that dude up and be like, "Look, man, we thought so little of you. Like it wasn't even fun. Like we didn't even want to exert the energy to blow you guys out. We just wanted to get out of your trash ass stadium, your trash ass state, and go home. We beat you 31-11, and we really didn't even have to try that hard. It was so easy, so easy. We disrespected.
I hadn't heard from him since 30 minutes before.
I don't think you're going to be hearing from him.
I don't know.
Tonight.
I appreciate it, guys. Go Vols. Let's send these hopes and dreams up next week like we always do. Remind them who Big Bro is. And I'm going to listen to the rest of the show. Y'all have a great night.
Show them who their daddy is.
To Justin's point, I understand that, you want to beat these guys bad. And one of the things that I constantly have to, keep reminding myself in how we look at college football now is, I mean, you saw David Sanders go down at one point, Deshaun Bishop kept going down. You had these injuries, and we know we don't have a lot of depth. We're already thin as is. And I'm really just curious because, that Vanderbilt game, there's so much riding on that whenever you just look at we always talk about that hype going into the off season. And right now you've got a lot of other SEC teams, going to your point, Russ, about tampering with other teams. and trying to, build that roster for next year, I do kind of just think it's like, let's just get out of here injury free, find a way to get some of our guys healthy again, and just take care of Vandy. And if you do that, you're at 9-3. Things are looking great. Still questions about what's going to happen at quarterback next year, but I do think there might be more of that approach you see a lot of coaches take now that you wouldn't have 10 years ago.
Also, we would have matched. It had been 70 years since we beat Florida in Gainesville by 20. That's the biggest margin of victory going back for 70 years. So I'm right there with you. We need to keep our momentum going. So I hadn't even thought about the tampering. This is what I don't know why I hang out with you, Russ. You talk about stuff, and then I start worrying about it. Tampering.
Well, I mean, we're doing it too. Like it's equal. It goes in, it goes out. Like we're
tampering our asses off.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'd be upset if we weren't.
I mean, like it would be negligent.
Okay.
Like I'm not even like, I mean, like you're grinning like it's some kind of like underhanded, like, no, I mean, that's just,
there's no rules.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't have to, if you don't do it, somebody else is doing it to you. Like, you don't think we're looking at safeties right now? You don't think we're looking for the next Jermai McCoy, Colton Hood corner who's going to come in here, and we will find one of those guys. We don't know who he is right now, but yeah, I mean, you're working your back channels, you're doing all that stuff, and it's being done to you, and we're probably going to lose somebody that we don't want to lose, but we're probably going to gain, a couple of nice players out of the portal. It's it really is a shame that that's what we've done to this sport.
Yeah, and I don't know who said it recently, but we were talking about the show, the playoffs are bust mentality of all college football fans, and if you don't make the playoffs, your season's just not that good. Or it's some kind of failure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made the argument earlier in the week that the playoff, like, it's made fans think that a Tennessee-Florida game in late November doesn't matter outside playoffs, which is objectively wrong. Like, that game would matter if no one had a win going into that game. Like, that's just the new world of college football.
It has taken some of the luster off of things. Now, I will say that's why, for me, I really want to get to that New Year's Day. The New Year's Day bowls, Russ, like those ones on New Year's Day.
You still care about that?
They still feel special. You know how when you wake up on Christmas morning and it feels special, I don't know any better way to describe it. New Year's Day, when you wake up, it feels like a special day still. Like, I still care about the New Year's Day bowl games.
Can you remember anybody who played in a New Year's Day bowl game last year?
No, but that's not the point. Those games, I still watch them.
They're fun.
You wake up late. Nobody's got to go to work usually that day.
Usually hungover.
I don't get hungover. So you wake up, have your good breakfast, and you sit down and on the first day of the year celebrate this beautiful thing we call college football.
865-966-3435, your phone number to call or text the show tonight. We'll read from the text box coming up here in just a little bit. Who's next, Bear?
We have Whitaker.
Whitaker, you're on Voluntary Reaction. What's up, Whitaker?
Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Splendidly. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's I'm 29 years old. This is the first time we beat Florida at the Swamp since 22 years. So I'm doing all right.
But do you remember it?
Barely. But my question for you guys is, would you rather have us beat Florida tonight and lose to Vandy next week, or vice versa? Or how about we just win both?
Well, we'd all obviously prefer to win both. But if you're asking me, I don't know, man. I mean, that's a coin flip. That's a coin flip.
It's an easy one for me. It's just beating Florida. It's just taking care of business against a team that's got 3 wins on the season. Listen, like, I know as a Tennessee fan, it's going to suck if we lose to Vanderbilt next week, but nobody in the rest of college football is looking at Tennessee and being like, oh, that's a terrible loss. Like, that's a top 15 team that still has a chance to make the college football playoff. They've reached new heights under, Clark Lee and Diego Pavia, where it still is going to, eat up at the inside of Tennessee fans if we can't find a way to win that game.
But isn't it a bigger deal to keep them out of the playoffs than it is to lose to Florida for whatever the 20th time in a row
because
is, or whatever the hell it is?
If you lose to this Florida team, you're talking about, I could see the class starting to fall apart when you're talking about recruiting class. And you want to talk about Josh Heupel, it's going to be a hot seat for him going into it. And it's just like, does this guy have another year after next season had you lost tonight? I just think like you're questioning the entirety of Tennessee football's future if you lost to this Florida team. Whereas, listen, it's going to be bad if you lose next week, but you're not questioning whether it's like, is it time to just burn everything down and start over?
I mean, Florida is legit one of the worst teams in Power 4, right? P4.
I know, but like you talk about preseason rankings and stuff, and I know that doesn't mean shit now, but this is a team that was top 20 preseason, and you beat the shit out of them now. Like, what does that mean going forward?
Well, they still have talent. It's not so much, again, this isn't one of those games where it's like, we'd always have the phrase of it. It's not a must win, but it's a can't lose.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you just can't lose to this team. You just simply
doesn't matter
can't.
if it's in the swamp or not. And,
yeah,
I just couldn't get my head wrapped around it because I've got BVS so badly, but,
they're depleted.
I'm right there with you.
The team was like basically on their version of IR. So it was just like, it would be all systems failure to find a way to lose to this team.
Yeah, but gentlemen, we didn't. We beat the shit out of Florida tonight. We won by what, 20? And I could not be happier about it. We'll deal with Vanderbilt next week. And gentlemen, have a good night. I'm drinking from the keg of glory, and enjoy your night.
Thank you, Whitaker. You as well. This from UT Stats and Info. This weekend's matchup with the Commodores will be only the fourth time out of 120 games where Vanderbilt has been ranked in the AP poll at the time of the game against Tennessee.
4?
This will be the fourth.
So 3 other times in 120 years.
Tennessee is 2-1 in those 3 games. And we haven't played Vandy while they were ranked. When was the last time you think we played Vandy when they were ranked?
No, probably pre-World War II.
Did they have by chance one time with Jay Cutler?
I was, my thought was, how was that James Franklin team that waxed us not ranked? I would thought they would be like 24th or 25th. That we have not played them when they were ranked since 1958.
Oh, that's close. Back still in the leather helmet days.
Well, I little history lesson for getting a lot of folks who are younger than me, and that's great. You want to stay young, you want to stay relevant, right? Fan Run Radio. General Robert Reese Neeland, when he was hired here in 1926, was hired largely for and largely to with the directive to beat Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the 1920s, the Roaring 20s, they were better than us. They were kicking our ass on the reg. And, this is ancient history, of course, leather helmets and all that. But like they kind of gave us the business for a while. And
I'm sure Cornelius Vanderbilt was he's
probably still alive and cutting checks or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think the general only lost to Vanderbilt maybe once. I don't know. Maybe he never did. But yeah, he turned that thing around quick. And of course, it's different now. They're a private school. They don't take it as seriously, blah, blah, blah. But it would be, how humiliating would it be to get beat by Vanderbilt next week? That's another thing that again, doesn't take away the sheen of this win tonight. But it is kind of like, as good as we feel right now, you're going to feel that bad if you lose to Vandy.
Oh, it feel worse. I can't wrap my brain. I'm trying not to let myself even think about the possibility that they might beat us next week.
It's possible.
I know deep down it is.
3.5 point favorites as of yesterday. We are. Jackson is next. Go ahead, Jackson.
Hey, how are we feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty good, Jackson. Feeling pretty good.
Yes, sir. Hey, so, this game, this win right here tonight, it means so much to me and this whole fan base. Like, I was 7 the last time we won in the Swamp. Don't even remember it. And just to finally get that monkey off our back, it's just, you guys said it best. It's just it's a sigh of relief. And, it feels like now the tables have turned and it's our time to hopefully get a streak on these guys. Of course, the annual rivalry's over, which, I hate that, but I'm glad that we were able to get the win in the Swamp again for the first time in 22 years. It just feels good. And, I'll say this. I know it was a bad Florida team, and it really felt like we probably should have put up 50 or 60 on those guys. But man, how many years did they beat the crap out of us when we were bad? And they loved every minute of it. You know what I mean? It's time. It's our time to celebrate and enjoy this.
It's our time, Mr. Hand. It's our time. No, man. It's listen. They're down bad there. Most of those people left about halftime. Some of them stayed to sing Tom Petty in the fourth quarter, and then they bolted.
Yeah, I saw where the Vol Network people, Ramon, Jason, all those guys, they were tweeting out pictures from, I guess, the press box, and it was well before the second quarter was done.
It was awesome. They showed it on TV playing "I Won't Back Down," and then as soon as that song ended, they were out of there. That was a sight to see for sure.
It is a good song.
You gonna sing that song?
They're pretty. We won't back down. See you later.
Kiffin.
But I'll say this, and then I'll get out of here. I know Heupel, he's been under a lot of criticism this year. Sometimes it's warranted. But the fact that we just won in the Swamp by 20 points, and we still got people in the fan base that are a little upset and unsatisfied, to me, that shows that our program's in a pretty good spot. You know what I mean? Compared to where we've been. If you're still unsatisfied after that, I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves. But anyways, I'll hang up and listen. Love you guys. Y'all take care.
Thank you. Was that Jackson? Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate it. Vol Medic on the YouTube chat says, what if Heupel called off the Dogs because Golish told him he had the job? Oh, that's who they probably ought to hire, for being honest about it.
Yeah, I just see. I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Davey? Is that fan base going to be able to stomach? Not, I mean, you're going to lose out if you lose out on Kiffin. If he does either stay at Ole Miss or goes to LSU, I mean, are they going to be happy without them going after some kind of, I don't know what name they could get, but a name?
Yeah, I would be interested if there's any of these NFL guys they actually try to make a play for. I could see them going after Golish. I feel like Auburn's probably like a better spot for Golish. I just when I think of Florida, like, you always see teams overcorrect whenever they have to fire a coach, where it's like, well, we'll use the NFL just for an example, but it's like, all right, the Titans fire Mike Vrabel. They're going to go get a young hotshot offensive guy. All right, well, now that's failed. They fired him, so they're probably going to go back and get a guy almost exactly like Mike Vrabel, even though they should have just kept him in the first place. But I don't see them hiring, this group of 5 Billy Napier guy who's got this offense that's going to, really come in here, be able to make things work, and then just be like, all right, well, that didn't work out. Let's go get this other group of 5 offensive guy, and we'll make that work. It's just the administrators in these situations just don't think these things through very well. And the other thing, too, is, I mean, you look at Florida. I mean, I would even put LSU in this boat, but it looks like, I mean, if they do get Kiffin, it's okay. Their leadership structure at the top, it's very similar to what Tennessee was whenever we were, having to make that move off from Butch going into the 2017 season. It's just pathetic whenever you look at the leadership structure right now. And I can't have faith that they'll do the right thing or make a good hire.
Law County Vol says people bitching about a 20-point win are dumb as hell. You were 3.5-point favorite, went in there and whipped their asses by 3 touchdowns and left healthy. Vols 155 says they had the opposite strategy that Kentucky had against us. They weren't going to let us throw it deep. The light box was why we were able to run the ball with success. That's a good point.
True.
We haven't talked about that. Like that first drive, I think we threw 3 passes and ran like 9 or 10 times. And we were patient, man. And like it kind of pisses me off because if we had stayed patient against Oklahoma and just done that, I know they're a better defense than Florida. But we're playing that game at home. Like if we had just played and not done those silly arm punts and just picked them apart underneath, stay with the run game, feed the beaver.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we probably would have done a lot better. Probably would have won.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm always going to kind of wonder about in some of these games. What if they had just given Deshaun 6-8 more touches a game, kept him in there for consecutive series? There's a lot to be said. You were tight as one of Rogers' key. Let him get a lather going.
Shout out to B.S. Osborne. General Nealon's record against Vandy was 18-3. Pretty good. See what's going on in the Fan Run text box. Somebody says, I hope Bear and Russell and all the cowards are happy with themselves for being scared.
I don't think that's entirely fair.
It's fair.
I mean, it might be.
It's
but,
very fair.
It's really not.
It's a fair criticism, but it was also fair to be scared. I mean, like
totally justifiable.
Both sides are right.
You look at history, and yes,
Russell and I are old enough that we've lived through. I don't know how would you the past since 1990. This series.
Every game, man. Every game I've seen them all.
Losses.
Walker, you're sitting next to me here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, and they throw that touchdown. Florida hits that wide open touchdown. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how much time's left. There's like 8 minutes left. I'm like, are they gonna onside kick now? They got 2 timeouts. I don't know, man. I started rocking back and forth.
I looked at him and said, this is not them recovering an onside kick in 2022.
Walker's like walking me through this. He's like, it's okay, Russell. Just breathe. We're going to get the ball now. We're going to run some clock. It's going to be okay.
I was worried when we settled for that field goal in the first half at the end.
I think that was Bama, like nightmares from the halftime Bama situation. Scar tissue from that is like he didn't even want to risk getting them back in the game. Just take the points there and walk off. And their offense hadn't done anything all night.
Adam in Florida says leave Gilbert at Alligator Alcatraz. He wants to send our kicker to a detention facility. How does that?
Yeah, a nice detention facility.
How does that?
Free cookies will do that to you.
Oh my God.
Brutal.
Those cookies are so good.
People, Tennessee fans will get dark now. I've had somebody suggest multiple times to me that he's thought about calling ICE.
Yeah,
on Diego.
Come on.
I mean, if you're going to now, does he have a green card? I mean, is his mom like what's her deal? She's running around.
He had some Native American
Venezuelan spies.
Is Diego an anchor baby? I don't know. I'm just asking questions here.
Somebody did put out. I mean, it's insane.
His brothers have been in trouble with the law multiple times this year. I'm just saying, like, until we know what's going on, perhaps we should send them to El Salvador. Put them in CCOT. It's the safe thing to do.
I found out
you don't support the troops.
He's not a faithful guy. Listen, I'm going to get a little too far ahead of myself here. What I would say is, so you know how he's apparently had this girlfriend ever since like his high school days. He's been dating his high school sweetheart. But when the Theo Vaughn stuff, happened, he's like trying to shoot his shot with Tate McRae, which I guess you could say I'm just looking for the cloud. But it's like, how would you feel if you're the girlfriend there? It's like, you know what? It makes sense. Or you'd be like, nah, like this isn't how this works. Does Russell or Bear even know who Tate McRae is?
I don't think they know who
Tate McRae sounds like an offensive guard for Georgia.
I was going to say it sounds like a female UFC fighter.
No, No.
Look her up.
Louis Cray's not. She's
No.
not. She's not a 320-pound guard from like Alpharetta.
No, I don't
Walker,
know.
just pull her up on your phone and just stick it.
Bear's
in Bear's
already on
face.
the case. He's
Go see
already
the
on
film?
the case. Bear's going to go do some
let
film
me,
study.
let me check out the film here, Russ. Tate McRae.
All right. Well, while you figure out how to work your phone, let
Wow.
me talk to Mark.
Yeah, I can. She definitely does not look like a guard from Georgia.
More of a tight end.
Oh, she's a wide receiver.
Mark, you're on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead.
Boys, we drink from the keg of glory.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
this is one I'm going to remember for a while. Like I said, I called in on your halftime chat, Russ. I'm 31 years old, so the Tennessee victories over Florida that I have gotten to witness during my time here have normally been pretty close. I mean, we rarely just kick the shit out of them. So to go do that on their own home field, especially when there wasn't really a lot at stake, we're not going to make the playoffs, but you had your pride and 20-plus years of frustration that had built up that we took out tonight on the Florida Gators, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. Anytime you beat Florida, it's a beautiful thing. Anytime you beat Florida in the swamp, it is a wonderful thing. I remember so much about those, especially the 2001 game. I mean, every time those Travis Stevens highlights pop up on my timeline, I stop what I'm doing and watch. I stop what I'm doing. And, every time that you see those Deshaun Bishop touchdown runs pop up on your timeline for the next 30 years, you're going to stop and watch them, aren't you?
Absolutely. And I'll say this, man, Joey Football, he showed some shades of ice, man, tonight. The way he operated the offense. He was cool, calm, and collected. And I loved when we were up, I think we were up 31-3. It was still in the fourth quarter, but they showed that clip of him on the sidelines, keeping the team locked in. The job's not finished. I mean, that's just great signs of a great leader. And you could tell he's won over the locker room. And, man, I really hope we can get him back for another year. What are the odds you think that we can hold on to him another year and he wins that case?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea what the odds are of that case going through. On one hand, in the short term, and I'd be interested to hear Davey's thoughts on this. On the short term, I want it to happen because I feel like it would be really good for us next year to have Joey for one more year in full command of the system after going through spring practice, clean up the interceptions, be our team leader. And then you get an extra year for George and Faison to learn the system, and you get to evaluate them because we all know both of them probably not staying here long term, but you get to basically pick the one you want and build around him for 2027. But long term, Davey, I don't know if this is good for the sport. Just JUCO doesn't count. Guys can play like 8 years of college football. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm with you on the long-term situation. I really have no feel for whether or not, I mean, we've talked about how this lawsuit's been going on for a while. Like we even, from the basketball side of things, Zakai Ziegler was involved in a similar situation, just a blanket year for a fifth year altogether. I really, I mean, I want to give some insight, but I just don't have much here. And I don't think there's really anybody as far as industry insiders that have a feeling of how this is going to play itself out. I mean, it's obviously, dealing with antitrust issues, but when it just comes to eligibility, we've just seen so much happen lately in terms of how it's played itself out. And it's really anyone's guess on to what's ultimately going to happen here. I will say this. I know Pavi is not coming back. I have that on good authority. Even if he were to win, he's trying to shot at the NFL in the draft next year. I don't think if he gets drafted, he's like a 7th rounder, but I know he's not coming back. But I do know this impacts obviously a lot of other players and their potential movement.
Pavi is probably done about all he can at Vanderbilt. I don't see them topping this season next year, even if he's back.
Well, I'll say this, boys. I think if we do get Joey back, you could make an argument that with all we got returning at receiver between Staley and Matthews, bringing in Tristan Keys, this receiving class, another year of Ethan Davis, I truly think we would be set up for the most immediate success coming into next season as far as the SEC is concerned. And I'll throw one more name that we need to keep in the state of Tennessee. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at David Gabriel George's stats from last night in the Baylor game. He is a freaking athletic machine, man. We cannot let that kid leave the state of Tennessee. Go Vols.
Is he from here?
I think he's from Canada.
That's what I thought I saw, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to fall for a troll account, but so
32 carries, 431 yards, and 7 touchdowns last night for DGG.
Yeah, and it's not like they were playing against Little Sisters of the Poor.
They're playing against McCallie.
Yeah. For a berth in the state championship.
32 carries, 431 yards, and 7 tutties.
It's like Derrick Henry high school numbers.
Yeah, and he looks like, he's like a combination of Henry and Saquon. I mean, he's a grown-ass. He's a junior. He's like 16 years old.
Yeah, he's just started driving.
Yeah, we got to get that dude.
Is there? I mean, with him being Canadian, is there any chance like he reclassifies? I know he's not playing in Canada right now, but I mean, obviously that. Like, I didn't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He seems like a hell of a prospect. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has weighed in. Something I didn't expect to say on the show tonight.
Something we were all expecting, I'm sure.
DeSantis on Twitter says, getting blown out in the swamp by Tennessee equals rock bottom for the Gators. I remember the days when even someone like Peyton Manning didn't have a chance against UF in Gainesville. Frustrating for the fan base.
Huh. Eat shit, Gator boy. Like it.
Did he go to Florida?
I have no clue.
We have footage of Joey Aguilar directing the band, Peyton style, in the swamp.
If it's in the swamp, it's Casey style.
Heupel high-fiving the fans after the game. I want to see all those videos. That's the celebration by the road team when you win in somebody else's stadium.
Yeah.
The best.
Ron went to Yale and Harvard.
Broadcast. I want to see if you all noticed it. Heupel must suck down a lot of that red Powerade stuff or red Gatorade.
You got to stay hydrated.
You know, when your kids get into the Kool-Aid and they drink too much of it and their whole mouth turns red.
Do what now?
What?
Like Heupel, when he was yelling at the refs, I noticed that he had when you got kids and they bust, they drink too much of that stuff and their tongue and their mouth turns red.
Maybe he bit his lip and he was bleeding.
No.
Why are you looking so closely at my
because
mouth?
That's a great question.
He was on a 60-inch TV doing his deal with the refs, which, by the way, it was right around the time. Were you surprised they didn't call targeting on that guy?
You got a pretty mouth.
I was surprised they didn't take a look at it. I don't think it should have been targeting, but
shit. He launched with the crown of his helmet in Joey's jaw, Davey. Gator Dave.
I didn't even think about it, be honest with you.
I thought it was targeting.
Koval is next.
No, he's not. He dropped.
Let's try Joshy Boy then. What up, Joshy Boy?
What up, guys?
JB? We did it.
How are y'all doing tonight? The streak is over. We drank from the keg of glory.
We won in the swamp, Joshy Boy.
Yeah.
How old were you in 2003?
I'm not going to tell you.
He won't tell me his age. That was a nice try.
Yeah.
Were you but a wee lad?
No.
You were grown up? You remember that?
You sneaky old Joshy Boy.
I'm getting up there, Bear. Yeah.
So
just give me the first number. The first number.
I'm not going to tell you, Davey.
What was the first presidential election you voted in?
I'm going to get on to my call. So before I get to the game, did you see that guy from Penn State's helmet cracked tonight? In that
yes,
game
it was awesome.
That was wild. I just saw that.
Nico says, "Hold my beer."
Poor Nico.
Ohio State from last year. Yeah.
I'm about to count my money from Washington over 7.5 wins. They're putting a beat down on the Bruins right now, so good night.
Nico at night, not faring well.
So what did we think about Joey Aguilar's performance tonight against the Gators? 200 yards passing.
Oh, I thought he was fantastic. Just
What
in
was he in
complete
the-
command. Now, I mean, we take our foot off the gas. I think he was 11 for his first 11.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're spreading the ball around. We're hitting the tight end. We're getting it to all the receivers. We're not forcing the ball downfield. He's dropping dimes. He's running the ball. I mean, it was a virtuoso performance, I thought.
Yeah. Then Ethan Davis led off scoring when he rolled into the end zone 7-0. Then Deshaun Bishop scores the next 2 touchdowns. Then Star Thomas scores a tutty. Just beautiful, beautiful first half.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had it all working. I mean, Joshy Boy, can you imagine if we ever put together a complete game?
Yeah, we would be really, really good.
If we do that for 2 halves?
Yep. And the defense actually played really good tonight for once.
Yeah, man. I mean, this has me fired up for next week. Like, if we play the way we did tonight, we'll beat Vanderbilt. We'll beat them.
Did you guys know Joey has 1 passing touchdown at least in every game this season?
I did not know that. That's a great stat.
I got a question. You may know this as well, Josh. But Davey, have we won the coin toss at all this year?
Did we win it tonight?
No.
So
we've received the opening kickoff a lot this year.
I think we're 0-13 if I
may
be correct on that.
There's no way we're 0-13.
We got to get a better guy out there for the coin toss.
Good point. Yeah.
We need a professional.
We need to put that on our list of season end review. Special teams, strength and conditioning, defensive coordinator, coin toss.
We got to get the coin toss right.
Coin toss process.
Mm-hmm.
So he always defers, right?
Are we calling heads? I mean, tails never fails.
Tails never fails. Someone has to know that in that huddle.
Yeah, he always defers.
What really pissed me off though is I'm not too mad about it. Is I kind of wish Heupel didn't take his foot off the gas because I wanted 50 points on those bastards tonight.
Yeah, it's because we're all emotional. We all feel the same way, but Heupel can't get emotional about it. He's got to do whatever he thinks is best and safest for us.
Good news is we didn't have no injuries tonight.
I'd be interested to know what Bishop's ankles are looking like because he got fell on right on his ankle twice.
And then they showed the freeze frame of it. It looked like his ankle was just bent all the way over on the second one.
He came back in.
What about Sanders?
He did.
He came back in.
Moy?
I don't think he played tonight. No,
he played early. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was lined up on that 4th down play.
No, I'm talking about Wendell.
Wendell. Okay.
Oh,
I didn't see him out there.
Gotcha. Russ, are you ready for my clipboard to the Gators?
Do it. Do it.
All right. Yes.
Do it.
Josh Heupel handed me the clipboard. I turned that sumbitch sideways. I stuck it straight up. Urban Meyer's candy ass. I stuck it straight up. Tim Tebow's candy ass. I stuck it straight up. Brandon Spikes' candy ass. And for the last one, I stuck that sumbitch straight up. Big Gonzalez's candy ass.
How about Aaron Hernandez? You stick it up his ass all the way down in hell.
I think he was just going with live people.
Hernandez, Hitler and Hernandez, roommates.
I wouldn't want to be in that room.
A lot of evil in
Personally,
that room.
there's a lot of bad in that room.
No.
What do you think they talk about?
How much it sucks down there, how much they wish they hadn't done horrible things.
How hot it is.
The heat, probably a
Talk
big
about the
topic of
weather.
conversation.
Yeah.
Do you
Can't
think
imagine.
whenever you get to heaven or hell, no matter what language you spoke down here, you just automatically understand the other person?
Probably not.
I think English is probably the official language. Yeah.
Official language of hell.
Language of heaven or
I
hell.
hope it's not Arabic. I'd feel pretty stupid. Like, damn, they were right. Man, missed that one.
Everyone just walks around with the headphones that automatically translate.
Yeah, can you say that into the phone? Say that. I got to use my app here to translate. Sorry, I don't speak German, Hitler. Could you say it a little? Try to enunciate this time.
Please. I'm sorry. He didn't give the devil didn't give us any translators. Can you speak up a little bit so I can try and understand? I hear they have those in heaven.
Stop screaming, Hitler. Hitler, stop it.
Hitler, please.
Every day.
Come on,
God
man.
Almighty.
I'm trying to get at least a couple hours of sleep.
Before our game, there wasn't really any other games I was interested in watching, so I just threw on Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, fantastic movie.
Sleeping
Hey,
in that
Geraldo's chimed in on the text box. He said, let Mr. Smith know the prayer worked.
Prayer worked.
The bad news is Geraldo has to stay in whatever weird sect he joined this week. So, like,
is that a bad thing?
He's a Hare Krishna or something now. He had to shave his head and cut off his nuts, and yeah,
You got to go through.
He's a eunuch.
You got to go through all.
Geraldo is a eunuch now.
He's got to buy in 100%.
Trust me, I don't think that guy has any trouble buying it. Would have
no.
any trouble buying into a cult.
Oh no.
Caller most likely to join a cult in like an end times cult. Geraldo
is stockpiling firearms and buying property in Montana as we speak.
MREs.
TJ is next on this victorious edition of the Voluntary Reaction post-game show. What's up, TJ?
What's going on, y'all?
Yo.
Not too much. Just happy we won.
Yes, sir.
I think it was a Cosmo's wife that said it was a loser situation.
It's a loser situation for Florida. I'll tell you that.
Cosmo's wife, not a
not
big
no
fan
loser
of
situation anymore, is it?
I mean, technically, I don't think. Yeah,
Cosmo Chris is like, look, honey, who's the loser now? Who's the loser now?
It's a loser situation.
But I was thinking about it. I know y'all said it, and I kind of agree. You know, Heupel is who he is. But I kind of wonder, like, is he basically like Philip Fulmer with decision making, but like a modern day Cutcliffe offense?
I'll be interested to see how Heupel evolves here, man. Like I do wish that he had a little bit more killer instinct. I mean, he's gotten really conservative.
Yeah, he's no killer.
Like with the end of the first half, whatever happened there, and then just the entire second half. And I know he only had 3 possessions, but like would have expect to have scored on one of those. I guess we probably could have scored on the last one, but
should have made the kick for Cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling my buddy, I said head case is coming on the kick. And he had a good laugh because I'm up here in Oregon and, you know, nobody really knows about Tennessee football up here, but he got a good laugh out of that. But I don't know. I just think, like, I wish he put his foot on the gas because I feel like, you know, if this is not to say that we have like the same talent as we had in 22, but if this is the same, you know, coach with the same mentality in 22, then I think we're blowing the doors off of them. It's like they used to do to us, like another 59-20 or whatever. I just think we would have won more convincingly. Just something about him. I don't know if he just lost the killer instinct or if he's just gotten lazy, but that's kind of the impression.
I don't think it's lazy. I just think that like the pressure of these jobs gets to these guys. And I think that it's just win, and winning is good enough. And I think this happens to all these great coaches. Davey, what's your read on Josh Heupel? I jokingly said he's lost his balls on the show a couple of weeks ago, but he's kind of lost his balls, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's definitely been some frustrations there. And he's one of those guys, too, where, we always talk about the press conference when a coach is willing to divulge certain information. And my thing with him is we've seen him adapt his team, like based off the team he's got in front of him. And, you talk about last year, it was a team that, he was able to rely on the defense in the run game. 2022, it's like the high tempo offense. And so this year you're able to get back to that offense and the defense is a little differently, but it's like, I don't know if it's a trust issue with his offense. And again, we saw it a little bit even before the Alabama game happened, but I don't know, that's one of those plays that, the season goes completely different if you score a touchdown there versus them having the pick six. And it's one of those things is he just want to be conservative after that happened. I really am curious, but he's never a person that's going to give, the fans, the media, that information to where you're really able to decipher it. And you can really only go off of his actions, and his actions are, to your all's point, it's cowardly at times.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think, I don't know, it's like we keep making excuses like back when, I guess it was last year at Oklahoma, I felt like that was one of the first times we saw a super conservative offense. And we said, oh, Nico's a freshman or a redshirt freshman. We're breaking him in, but it seems like over time we've kind of we've made up reasons why he's conservative. And now it just feels like, I don't know, like you said, I don't know if it's coward or what, but it's just different. But otherwise, great win. I'm never going to complain about a win in the swamp. Last time that happened, I was 12. And now, my son was just born and, got to sing Rocky Top to him for the first time. And he was, kind of smiling a little bit for the first time. So it's a good win. Can't beat it. So 1-0. I'm not going to complain about a coach that's 3-2 against Florida, or 4-2, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, can't beat it. Pretty good. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, TJ. Appreciate you, man. That's man. We got to finish strong here. Got to finish this season strong. Got to beat Vanderbilt, and a 9-3 season is a fine year, man. I remember when David Cutcliffe came back in 2006 after we had our first losing season in 2005. It was the first losing season since '98, so like 17 years. That run of dominance we had. And people are like, they're kind of getting tired of Fulmer, getting a little bored. I remember Phil, I'm tired of looking at him. Like, Cutcliffe comes back, stabilizes the offense, back-to-back 9-3 seasons, 2006, 2007. It's good enough to go to the SEC championship in 2007. But fans wanted more, and when it fell apart in 2008, we ran a Hall of Fame coach out. And I said earlier, it's not about the firing, it's about the hiring. We made a series of bad hires, 4 of them in a row. And
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, so like you just got for the people who are like, oh man, is Heupel taking us as far as he can? Is this all there is to it? We can do better. Let's get a winner. I want to win you. Like just be careful, man.
Careful what you wish for.
Just be careful. Because if you were in this market, like you're not getting Lane Kiffin, like that's just not happening for a variety of reasons. And so you would be like Golish, John Summerall, like that's the kind of coach you're going to hire.
Yeah,
Josh Heupel looks pretty good from my standpoint in comparison with those types of coaches.
Yeah, because James Franklin's already gone ahead and taken that job.
Yeah,
he's the only other one.
Look, man, you had is James Franklin going to be an upgrade from Heupel here?
No, I think Heupel's won more big games since he's been here than Franklin did at Penn State or Vanderbilt.
Has there been any talks? And I apologize, guys, I wasn't able to really listen much this week to your all show, but about with the Virginia Tech hiring of James Franklin, could Virginia Tech try and poach Tim Banks away?
Tony Basilio, host of Tony Basilio's show can be heard here midday. What'd you call it, Russ? Mayhem in the midday?
No.
Tony Basilio hosts the Tony Basilio show. That's I'm glad you cleared that up for me.
Well, yeah, it's after midnight, bro. Anyhow, Tony gave a glowing recommendation for Tim Banks to join James Franklin at Virginia.
He
Tech.
was on one of the lists, like some hot board, like a Virginia Tech DC hot board. Like, I don't know that there's a ton of smoke there, but Davey, I mean, you said a couple of weeks ago that you think it's more players, not scheme. I tend to agree. This might be a very unpopular opinion. I don't really want to see Tim Banks go.
Mhm.
I feel like that could, if you blow him out, I always think you have to blow the whole defensive staff out aside from Garner and let the new guy pick his guys. I think you're better staying the course and hoping that your damn cornerbacks can stay healthy next year and trying to upgrade at safety. Davey, what say you?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm still there, Russ. I definitely agree that it's more of a personnel, not scheme situation with Tennessee this year. And I know, we're not able to look directly at the finances as if it's an NFL, like go to over the cap or spot rack, whenever you're looking at your NFL team's salary situation. But it's like, what % of our money is tied up with guys not seeing the field on defense? Would you say 35% of our NIL budget's going there?
I don't know if it's that high, but
it's we've talked about it. It's a pretty good chunk.
But it's just like when that's the case, and again, and that's not to say Tennessee, in other situations we've not shot ourselves in the foot, because like that was the thing that was so great about tonight. It's just like you just didn't have any self-inflicted errors, and then like whenever you did make a mistake, you managed to come back and make up for it, like with Joey recovering his own fumble, stuff like that happening. It's just like you didn't get those breaks at all against Alabama, Oklahoma, and that ultimately cost you. But I think they hit the portal. You still got a lot of young guys coming back. I want Tim Banks to have another chance. And like, again, like I don't think there's any situation where I see him getting fired. But I do know like there are people that are ready to help him move if the opportunity
and
would help.
He helped himself tonight, obviously. And I think he can really get people off his back if he's able to shut down Pavia and those guys and hold them to under 20 points next week, and we win that game. Then it won't shut everybody up, but it'll shut enough people up, and I'll be fully on board at that point. Shout out to the folks listening on YouTube, the YouTubers. The chat is popping tonight. We appreciate everybody who is utilizing the YouTube technology. If you're on there, do us a big favor right now so we can continue to grow the brand, spread the Fan Run virus. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up icon for us so that we can get these numbers up and monetize and continue to fund Bears Lavish Lifestyle. DR Vol is next. Go ahead, DR.
Don't y'all think after, reading some things about Aaron Hernandez, he would enjoy the clipboard being shoved up his ass?
Oh,
it's good. It's good.
It's an honest question.
It's a great
As George Carlin once said, nobody should have anything inserted into their anus larger than a fist or less loving than a dildo.
Jeez.
Did y'all ever watch Adam Sandler's Little Nicky? You were talking about Hitler. Dave, I know you watched that.
I've seen it, yes.
Yeah, where he shoves a pineapple up Hitler's ass every day in hell.
What, by the way, did a skunk just go off like right outside the window here? Or is that me? You all smell that? I smell skunk.
I don't smell anything.
Bear's probably lighting one up.
No, he's got his eyes on me.
Y'all are talking about coaching change. I want a new special teams coordinator. I'd be happy with that, honestly.
I don't think that we definitely downgraded from farting a skillet guy.
Oh, our special teams. I mean, now granted, a lot of it's because of Boo Boo Carter all year, but man, that's just been awful. And an honest question is, Max Gilbert retarded? I mean, he can't make a kick.
Come on, DR.
It's a long kick.
Honest
He
question.
made one tonight.
How long was it? 50 or
It was
50?
50 plus.
I think it was right at 50.
While we're up 4 scores, good for him.
Isn't that what he needs to get free cookies? It's just a 50-yarder.
I was so excited. I was like, man, I'm going to take the kids. We're going to get those cookies.
It was the first thing Russ said to me when he walked into the station today. He's like, "This guy really did just fuck up our chance to get free cookies." This
Head
guy
case messed up our cookies.
Well, he gave you the cookies. He just couldn't deliver the playoffs with the Georgia game. I'll never forgive that guy for that. I'm kind of with y'all though. I'm thrilled to win in Gainesville, but y'all are talking about Tim Banks. I'm just not as out on him as a lot of people are. I'm being serious. I would rather see special teams coordinator change and see what you can do with Banks next year when everybody's healthy and not giving up on their team.
I just think there's a lot to be said for continuity and keeping the same system. And you've got, young guys like Perlotti and Jordan Ross and Farouk and Redmond, all these guys
they're cranky guys in the NFL. Every week you see it.
Well, but it disrupts development anytime players have to learn a new system and new terminology. I mean, we talk about like running Heupel out of here and who are you going to get? And it's a lot easier to get it wrong. What other defensive coordinators are out there, man? This guy was really good last year. They've taken a step back. You have to consider the injuries. I know it's risky. You bring him back and it doesn't go well. It's like you're going to look like an idiot. But I don't know, man. I'm just very hesitant to make change when you're going 9-3. I mean, if we had lost a bunch of games, if this were heading towards 6-6, then yeah, something's got to change. But for right now, and we'll see what happens next week, I'm leaning towards staying the course.
Yeah, I mean, and it's easy to say because if Pavi goes out and looks like, Heisman Trophy next week, then that'll change. I know you're late into it. Dave, I'm going to ask you an honest question. What do you think happens next Saturday?
I feel pretty good about our chances. I mean, I expect the fans to show up. I think it'll be an environment where, I don't recall like Vanderbilt having that big road win. And last year it was one of those where it's like they were a good team and we got down early to them and we still found a way to come back. I think we just have – they're going to have to be able to get to Joey early and often, I think. I see that as a team where it's like I anticipate us being able to connect on a couple of deep shots. And as long as we just don't have like some really stupid turnovers or just a high penalty game, I just feel good about the Vols' chances. I think it'll be a close game. But right now I'm saying Tennessee's winning that game next Saturday.
Do y'all take anything to bounce off that, David? Do y'all take anything off their Kentucky game? Just Kentucky's given up, kind of like our game. I mean, first half blowout. Do you just think you had Kentucky and Florida, just two teams know they're dead in the water?
Yeah, each week now it's just so week to week.
Eligibility, weren't they? I think they can still get eligible.
Kentucky has to beat Louisville, right?
Yeah.
That's still their last
They're
game.
5-6 now.
Here's who's Vanderbilt's beat on the road this year. They beat Virginia Tech. They beat South Carolina. They beat – that's the list.
That's the list.
What's their best win?
Best win on the season?
Missouri. They beat Missouri already?
Yeah, they beat Missouri and they beat LSU. But obviously both those teams – I mean, Missouri's going to drop out of the top 25. LSU's obviously not in the top 25. See, that's the other thing too with them is like when they beat South Carolina was the 11th ranked team in the country.
No reason to fear these guys. No reason to fear these guys.
Yeah, wasn't Lenore hurt in that game?
I think he got knocked out.
And in the Missouri game, they knocked
Prabula
out. That's
we got to get up for these guys, DR, man. We got to have a borderline dangerous atmosphere in there Saturday. We got to be ready to drink blood from Clark Lee's skull at midfield.
Oh, Russ, I'm coming down. I'm ready to, praise Dale, raise hell when it comes to that. Are y'all going to have a show remote Friday? Bring y'all some cookies.
Yes, sir. We will be at the Casual Pint North Shore live on Friday, 3 to 6.
Ooh, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be like Judge Kavanaugh. I'm come drink some beer with y'all on Friday. I'm enjoying the show, guys. And Dave, good talking to you as always, man.
You too, DR.
Thanks, DR.
Drink beer.
DR
Like
drops off. That creates a
like
line
beer.
available for you. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the voluntary reaction, 966-3435. Presented, as always, by the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. Shout out to all the armed service members out there listening in the audience around the world. We love you and appreciate you. And remember, if you ever find yourself in need of an experienced military attorney, call our friend Marshall Griffin at 888-707-4282. He and his team of experienced military attorneys are ready to make your problem their problem. For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com. Remember, remain silent, request counsel. Call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Washington just scored again.
That game's still going on.
What's that score now, Davo?
27-0, 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Sheesh.
Vanderbilt, the closest road game they had was they only lost to Texas by 3, but they were down 31-10 going into the fourth on that one.
Wasn't the Bama game closer in the fourth quarter than the final score showed?
Yeah, he kept fumbling.
Yeah.
He completely, as good as he's played this year, and he has, he was the main contributor to the loss against A. He's the one who made all the plays.
Yeah, that game was 14-all at halftime against Alabama, and then Alabama won it 30-14.
Oh, okay.
I guess probably came out and kind of self-destructed.
But I mean, they've been fortunate to where it's like, going into the season, it's like, oh, damn, this is going to be a tough schedule, but it really hasn't been.
Joey Aguilar became the 5th Tennessee quarterback to pass for 3,000 yards in a season tonight.
It's pretty sick.
Who's he joined?
Peyton, Bray, Ainge, Hooker.
Wow.
It's pretty good company.
This guy, man.
He got a shot at breaking the record?
Peyton's has the record with 3,800 yards, so he's at a little over 3,000 now. So, I mean, he's got max 2 games left.
Gonna have to go for 400 on both those.
I mean, if he averages about 200 yards a game, so that'd be 400. That would put him fourth. It'd be the 4th highest total.
It's Hendon's second, right? I know
Hendon is 5th.
Man, I don't think we're ever going to fully appreciate Joey Aguilar falling into
what
our
a season
laps until a couple years from now.
I'm telling you,
shit, I do right now, so I don't know what you're talking about. What's our record without Aguilar this year? We're trotting Merklinger out there.
Under 500.
Yeah, I bet
with all these injuries, man.
So what are we right now? 8-3?
Yeah.
I bet we're 5-6 right now at best.
What was Urban's comments before the season?
He said he just didn't think it was going to happen. Something like that.
Tennessee is screwed. They got a problem.
That's what think about our mindset all summer going into this year. We were like, man, unless this Joey Aguilar kid is something special and he turns it around this quickly, 9-3 was dreams of 9-3 going into this season. And now, Joey Aguilar has become one of the best quarterbacks Josh Heupel has had.
You're Florida. You just you got Urban down there today. He's like, look at this dude. Look how fucked we are.
Screwed.
Once you come, just lean into it. Just give us 2 years. Just give us 2 years. Establish a foundation. Figure out a succession plan. That's what I would do if I were them.
Yeah, because I really don't think they're going to. I think Kiffin's either going to LSU or staying at Ole Miss.
Feels like where it's at right now.
I feel like, though, if he stays at Ole Miss, he knows in the back of his mind it's probably the last time he can kind of garner this much attention. Davey, would you take Urban's Titans coach?
Take who?
Lane.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's had his chance in the NFL. I can't see him improving that much. And again, the Titans are a dumpster fire. You need a guy that's not a PR machine as far as just constantly having headlines be about them. The Titans just need like somebody very milquetoast. That's why I really want Mike McCarthy. Yeah.
Yeah, between you, that's who I would like to see.
I really like I like Robert Saleh, however you pronounce his name too.
Saleh.
Yeah, but you saw what he was like when he had a dysfunctional franchise around him.
He took a team that had like the 31st ranked defense. It was awful, and had them routinely in the top 5 in defense, and they couldn't get the quarterback thing right.
I hope what I think needs to happen is obviously Titans don't win another game this season. That's the best thing for them. But the Jets to continue to be bad because the Jets have the Cowboys first in 2026 and 2027 because they still have both those. But if you're the Titans, you trade back from 1 to wherever they are, which would probably be like 3 or 4, but then also get their other first this year, which would probably, it could be around 18 or so, depending on how things go with the Cowboys.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about the Titans. I dozed off there for a second. Let's get Matty Ice in here. Matty Ice, your voluntary reaction. Go ahead.
I just want y'all to know that you guys recreated a childhood moment for me. I mean, the last time we beat Florida was, 2003, and I was watching Casey Clausen throw Hail Marys to James Banks, and I thought that was awesome. And I was like, I can't wait to see many more moments like this. And then tonight when Bear discovered Tate McRae for the first time, my thought was it reminded me of when Brett Musburger thought of AJ McCarron's girlfriend and said, "My goodness, you quarterbacks get all the hot girls all the time."
And I was just honest to God when they kept saying Tate McRae. I swear to God, I thought they were probably because of Tate Ratledge. I was just thinking it was some lineman. I couldn't figure out why they were talking about.
Why would Diego Pavia want to date with some lineman?
Because he goes to Vanderbilt.
All right. It's okay, Bear. Guys, kind of going off DR Ball's call, I think, the unpopular opinion would be, everybody's talked about Banks this season, and whether you like him or dislike him, we've been down a big portion, as you've talked about this week, Russell, with where our NIL money has gone to, and that's our secondary, specifically guys like Drummond McCoy and Boo Carter. And I guess the question I have for you all is, here's my thought. We can all sit here and say whether or not we want Banks back, Martinez back, and a lot of these guys back. I think the question we all want to put our hats around is like, will Josh Heupel audit the defensive side of the ball? Because going into the last offseason, many of us as fans said, man, the offense hasn't clicked since Hendon Hooker took under center. And he did change the offense. In my opinion, it looks a lot different. You have pre-snap motions. You have a lot more going on. And so the question I'll ask you, and I'll hang up and listen, is do we actually think this entire staff as a whole will be back next fall? And I'll hang up at that thought. Have a great night, boys. Go Vols.
Will the entire defensive staff as a whole be back next year?
I mean, who knows?
I mean, I don't. There's been chatter about Rodney going back to Auburn. I don't think Inge is going anywhere. I don't think Banks is going. I don't think Willie's going anywhere. I would imagine they'll be back. Here's the thing: we talk about Kiffin and LSU and the package, the financial package that they're putting together for him, which, by the way, for a state that consistently ranks among the poorest in the nation,
90
has the worst roads you've ever seen down there, unimaginable poverty. You had the governor up there's like
decrying the financial financial irresponsibility of these contracts.
Yeah, and now they're getting set to give Kiffin more than they were giving Kelly, and they say they're going to make a $25 million NIL investment annually. So every year they're going to spend $25 million on top of rev share which, all right, that's their right to do, as they can take that money.
Tom Mars said is the $25 million part of it. Something's not quite kosher about them saying that.
That's a lot of children's hospitals that they're going to have to embezzle funds out of to
Yeah.
cover that. But my question is, like, where is our commitment at? Are we on, because we don't have all the buyouts and stuff, and we're not going to have to pay like $14 million a year or whatever they're paying Kiffin to get him down there and all this stuff. So theoretically, we should be able to at least match that, right?
One would hope,
Because
we got an extra 3 right off the top because Tony went to San Francisco.
Well, this is more important than changing defensive coordinator. You want to fix this? You want to get back to the defense we played in 2024? Get back to the personnel we had there. And like, if we're at like $15 to $20 million now and we get up to 25, and we can take that money and invest it in new corners and safety and fix the safety thing. Finally, like, we weren't even very good at, Will Brooks was unsung, but we can do better than that. If we fix our freaking secondary next year and have good players on the back end.
Make sure there's plenty of money for that.
I'll bet you if we have better secondary players next year, Tim Banks is going to look like a better defensive coordinator. I'll bet you that.
It's going to open up his defensive playbook. Like, a lot of times you just look at it and I just know, sitting there watching, I was like, we can't play a lot of press man because our safety plays so bad. If they beat our corners, they're gone. He tries to keep everything in front of him.
Thanks, y'all, for mashing that like button, the thumbs up button on YouTube. Driving up the algorithm tonight. Mm-hmm. Lines available for the first time tonight. Voluntary reaction. You want to get in? Now's your time to take a shot. Now's your time to shine. Now's your time to drink from the keg of glory. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board. 966-3435. If you want to join Tennessee drains the swamp tonight, 33-31 is your final. 31-11 is your final. 33-31. Huh? Yeah. 33-11 is your final. As I mean, we got out of the gates on them.
Oh yeah.
Take that ball right down the field. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Punch it in.
Me and my comrade Bob Baskerville were popping champagne at halftime. The game, I mean, we took it to them.
That's just completely insane to do that when you're playing down there. I remember 95, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too, but you also knew that Danny Werfel was not walking through that DOA. Riedel Anthony not walking through that DOA.
Nope.
Ike Hilliard not walking through that DOA. Like that Florida team.
It was
they're so ass.
Oh, this one? Yeah, they're bad, man.
I mean, when they called that timeout on their 1 foot line early in the third quarter, and I knew they were going to do it too. You could tell they're like, I was like, is this motherfucker really going to call timeout? Oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe he did that.
So dumb. It was just, Florida was a defeated team tonight. And you talked about it all week, is that how important the first quarter was going to be. We went up 21-0 on them, and you could see the whole stadium quit. Like, we made them quit.
They started streaming out, and that's what I thought. I thought if there was any way we could get up to 3 scores, like a 3-score lead, that they would just fold up the tents.
Yeah, they quit pretty good. Like that one touchdown, I can't remember if it's our second or third, but where we were down there on the goal line.
Oh, we blew their damn ass.
Yeah, they just kind of like
D-line. Did you notice that too?
They didn't have a lot of – they had a lot of D linemen end up about 5 yards back in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, when Joey slapped the ball in the running back's belly, their defensive line, like you said, was already 10 feet deep into their own end zone. What about my boy going over the top, looking like Tony Thompson, circa 1990?
That was pretty cool. He flipped too. I used to love that play. We would do that all the time.
Well, I mean, we have it. I mean, Tony Thompson could fly.
Thompson was good. The best at it was James Littleman Stewart.
He was was freaky because he was so damn big doing it.
He was like a damn pogo stick over there. Jay Graham was good at it as well.
Jay was good. Tony's he's in that, I don't know if it's famous, but it's a really cool picture. It's the giant one that they usually have at Alumni Hall.
We would do that thing, Walker, like we just like anytime we got on the 1 yard line, we would just hand it to the tailback and it would just like high jump
I love
over.
it.
Like
I wish
Superman.
more teams did it. It's like people forgot how to jump over the line
I
in
don't
the
think
past
they
10
forgot
years.
to do that. I think there's probably some injuries.
I've never seen a guy get hurt doing it.
Me either.
I think Walter Payton probably, that's where a lot of his CTE came from.
Seen a lot of guys fumble.
Landing on his head on concrete in those old stadiums.
Bear, you got to run?
Yeah, man. I've been up for a long time. I don't feel like I've made sense for a while now. Probably no shock to you.
And this
but
is
yeah.
different from your normal.
You're number one in my book, Russ. Always, buddy.
All right, well, go home and get some sleep, old man.
I'll see you in studio next week, Bear.
That will be absolutely smashing, Davey Boy Hudson. Walker, keep it held down, and I will see you guys at 3:00 on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Overreaction Monday on the drive, headed your way as we head our way back to the busy phone lines this evening where Adam is in Florida. Hello, Adam. Try that again. Adam is in Florida. Hello, Adam. Try that a third time. Adam is in Florida. Hello, Adam.
Y'all got me?
We got you. Go ahead.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. Probably is time
Man,
for
it
Bear
ain't
to
a better
go
night
ahead
than
and
actually
exit
living
stage
down
left.
here.
Where are you at in
Well,
Florida?
man, down here in Sarasota, we just moved here about 6 months ago.
Nice.
And I might have unlocked the secret. I know almost 10 years ago, I was down here for a bachelor party, had to sell my tickets to the Dobbs breakout. It broke the first streak. And now this year, I had moved down here for a job a few months back, and we broke this streak. So I guess
Yeah, man. Congratulations. You've earned a sip from the keg of glory this evening. So, yeah, you be sure to let those knuckle-dragging mouth breathers down there know about it.
Oh, I had to buy new pants. My balls are going to be swollen up for the next 12 months.
Oh, man, it's pretty damn sweet. Anytime you win in the swamp, you got to savor it, right?
Oh, it's great. And I would have been there tonight too, just couldn't make the game for a couple different reasons. But I was standing outside during halftime, listening to the chat, thinking of all the things that were going to go wrong in the second half. And across the pond for me, because down here in this swamp-infested shithole of a state, you have to live in a community, and every community has a retaining pond. And across the way, there was the people were watching the game, and I heard Rocky Top blasting. So apparently there's another Tennessee fan in here. And I looked up. I think it was right after DR's call in at halftime, and I saw a shooting star, and I just knew we were going to win. It's poetic.
The big man in the sky was looking out for the Big Orange tonight, huh?
Sure it wasn't NASA?
Well, I think he knew I was going to drown myself if we lost.
It wasn't NASA, Davey?
Yeah, I mean, in that area, do a lot of launches from Cape Canaveral.
Down there.
I thought it might be the aliens.
Not quite.
Well, boys, it's a sweet, sweet victory. Y'all have a good night and go Vols.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board, 966-3435. Let's get a call from Sean up next on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Russ. How you doing tonight?
Hey, man, doing well. How are you?
It's always good to win in the swamp. I got a couple quick questions for you and Davey. One, you guys kind of touched on this, and I'm down here in Georgia, so I don't get to stay as connected as I used to when I lived up there. But the backup quarterback, so what's the deal with Jake? Because I know coming out of camp, we heard that there was a close competition. Has George just passed him up, and they're trying to keep his red shirt, or I've heard Jake might transfer. So, but like I said, I don't really know what's going on with that.
Davey, everything based off what we've seen from the limited amount of appearances we've seen from Erklinger, I just haven't been very impressed.
Correct.
I
I've
just
not
don't
seen
think-
anything, from him that makes me think he could be a high caliber starting quarterback at this level. But I wouldn't even say it's been that. Like I would just say like he's been below average, even if you were to insert him right now.
Yeah, I actually got to watch both of those guys in high school a little bit, and coming away from it, and then the limited amount you saw, like in the orange and white game, G-Mac looked like the more polished passer, more polished quarterback, but Mert, he's sneaky athletic, and kind of fits that Heupel mode of the Joe Milton, big arm, don't always know where it's going to go. Pretty good athlete. He's a real good basketball player. And then, you hear about the Brandon kid out of Carolina that everybody in the country wants. I was just curious, like, if G-Mac had just passed him up and they're worried because of the weight, he, as thin as he is, worried about him getting hurt, and they're trying to keep the red shirt. And the second question I had for you guys, and by the way, I love the show. Try to listen as much as I can. Do you think Heupel needs his version of Cutcliffe? And I don't know that would be an offensive coordinator because it's Heupel's offense, and that's what got him the job. But, when Heupel to me reminds me a lot of Fulmer. And Fulmer had it rolling when he had Cut to, handle the structure, and he could recruit and, be an overseer. Do you think that's what Heupel needs, whether that's I know you guys were just talking about Banks, whether that's a defensive coach, or, just a coach to help him with like time management and things like that, in-game coaching.
I mean, it's been a topic of conversation, guys. I don't know that you want a guy in your ear telling you when to take a timeout. I just think that as a head coach, you've got to understand that. You've got to be aware. You've got to have a plan. People will say, Davey, that Golish was his Cutcliffe. And I remember going over there to a practice once the first year and watching them practice offense. And, Golish ran the show. Like, he's the one barking out where everybody needs to be, what the play is. He's the guy organizing it. And then Heupel was just kind of standing in the background, like behind, just kind of observing. And I don't know if that's still the same case with Halsley and all these other guys, but we talk about this, Davey, and the offense is right there back, the top 5 offenses in the country this year. So it's not like the offense has dropped off terribly significantly.
Yeah, I don't comparison because it wasn't like Fulmer was a guy who was ever phased, and you look at just how the offense is structured. I do think, and I mean it would be foolish of me to not say this, but yet Alex Golish made a huge impact, and he is a great offensive mind. But for what we're trying to do, I just don't know how much of that is actually impacting the team whenever they're out there and you're actually going through it. Now I could see a situation where it's like Golish might have been a guy that would be like pushed back to Heupel, where Heupel's like, hey, what if we did this? And Golish is probably like, I'm not thinking that's probably the best move. I don't know if like Halsley, if that's something he's willing to do. If he's one of those guys, sometimes you just need some guys that actually you don't need yes men. And I'm not saying Halsley is one, but I know Alex Golish, like that's just not something he struck me as. To your first question, Sean, on the McIntyre stuff. So he could start Saturday against Vanderbilt and then the bowl game and still not lose his red shirt. Because a couple of years ago, they changed it to where you can still play 4 games and not lose a red shirt. And we're at that point to where I think he's seen action in 2. I at least know of 1. So we don't have to worry about that. But as far as Merklinger, he had already had a red shirt year. So it wasn't like that was something you're worried about there. But I don't anticipate Jake Merklinger being on this team next season. And quite frankly, I can see a scenario where McIntyre is also looking to transfer out, especially if they go and get a proven guy. Like, let's say Aguilar's not able to win the appeal as part of that lawsuit. He doesn't get another year. You bring in Faison Brandon, and they're like, we still need to go out and get somebody that, has seen a lot of college football, because that's kind of been the move where you see all these schools go and like get that hired gun that just understands all these different concepts, seen tons of defense. And I could see if you bring in that guy and then you get Brandon, George McIntyre's just thinking, you know what? After this season, it's going to be Brandon's show. And then I might as well just go ahead and see my next stop.
Yep.
That's interesting. I hadn't even thought about McIntyre leaving. I figured he would battle it out with Brandon. But I could also see, like you're talking about, them going to get an established guy. I know there's some
Which they
talk
should do.
Nico,
They should do.
Yeah. I mean, if you could go, I'm not sure about the Kansas State kid, or I think at one time there was some talk about the TCU kid, what they're, if they're classified as, or, if they have any eligibility left. But yeah, I could totally see them going to get an established guy, and bringing one of those two guys along slower, like you were talking about earlier, getting a year to evaluate. I was just curious about Jake. Because I think I've been to the couple games that he got to play, and you didn't really see much. So, and you've heard all this talk about, well, he might not be here, or he may transfer in December with the portal window. So I was just curious.
All right. Hope we cleared that up for you. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, guys. Always enjoy your listen.
Appreciate you. 865-966-3435. Yeah, the one thing that, if we learn anything from this year, Davey, to me, you want an experienced quarterback. And it doesn't even have to be experience at this level. You get a starter, a guy who started 2 years at Appy State is fine, if he's good.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody right now quarterbacking at Western Kentucky or East Carolina or Wyoming or South Dakota State that we've never heard of. Trinidad Chambliss. It's at Grand Valley State. He's quarterbacking a playoff team right now. And Joey Aguilar has been fantastic. So, and look, man, I think Merklinger, I hope he transfers to Eastern Kentucky and balls out and then comes back up. And that might happen. But all I know is you can't go into next year when you're going to have more expectations on you than you've ever had before if you're Josh Heupel. You can't go in next year with a redshirt freshman in George McIntyre, or worse, a true freshman in Faison Brandon. I don't care how highly touted they are. It takes time. We saw it with Nico. By the way, Nico's going to be good. He's going to transfer somewhere. He's going to be good, right? Because all this experience is going to pay off down the road. Arch Manning is going to be good. And George and Faison are probably going to be good. But they're not going to be good that first year. Look what, Bryce Underwood, he struggles. Go get yourself a proven guy. If we can keep Aguilar, that would be the best thing. But if not, you got to go find somebody who's experienced, who can come in, spring practice, summer workouts, be your guy, and run your show.
It's the only thing. Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I was just going to echo what you said, Russ. Like, that's just modern college football now. That's what you got to do.
And you also have to finish this rant. We'll get back to the phone calls, but you also have to take that into account in your NIL distribution. You can't have a quarterback making $3 million sitting on your bench. That's just a waste of money. You can't do that. I'd get my backup out of the portal too. I'd find a starter who'd come in here for $2 or $3 million, and I'd find a backup at Central Michigan and bring him in here for $500,000 and do you can't, if you're going to spend 7 figures on a player, he's got to start.
Yeah. I mean, look what Lane's done with Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah,
down to Ole Miss. Yeah. That's That's exactly what you can go out and do. Pay a guy from a very lower rank pretty dirt cheap to come here and be a backup. Like, that's how it has to work.
And it also
Matt,
helps. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, baby.
I was just gonna say it helps to have that guy that's had to, actually grind it out, and they've learned how to handle adversity. Whereas a lot of these times where you get these 5-star quarterbacks that just kind of had everything handed to them, and great. I mean, they're talented, but they don't understand like when that first bit of adversity comes. And that's what you get with these experienced guys that have played at a lower level. They know what it's like to cut their teeth. And that's just something you can't coach into a kid. It's just life experience.
Texter says, how about D Lyman on offense blocking on 4th down? That was something new. We've actually been doing that with Jackson Moy and Nathan Robinson. Carson Gentle has come in those situations as an extra blocker.
Nico
somebody says, send Bear into Neyland to go after Pavia's mom.
It's his
What
assignment.
do you mean go after? Like go after her in a violent manner or in a romantic manner?
I hope not. I'd hope the latter.
What do you think of Pavia's mom, Davey?
MILF status. I'll give her that.
Yeah. High grade.
Somebody said the Baylor. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you really wanted to send somebody after him, what about Gerald Mincy's brother?
Oh, wow. Are those kids okay? Before?
Yeah, it was non-life-threatening injuries.
Okay, so we can joke about it. The team that slays together stays together.
Nick didn't bring that up, but Nick Angel in the comments said, "Did y'all see about Bear's favorite player, Mincy's brother, stabbing the teammates at UAB?" And I decided to, yeah.
I mean, that would have gone bad. I mean, can you imagine like local radio hosts stabbed at live remote at local car dealership? When taken away, the suspect said they was always talking shit about me on the radio.
Well, to play your role there, Russ, it's like, I wonder what he said.
What did he say to him?
Oh, that's what I like. How does that? They're fighting at breakfast. I'm guessing like he took his breakfast knife and stabbed his teammates. If you don't know what we're talking about, UAB, Gerald Mincy's brothers on the UAB's team, there was a double stabbing at their team breakfast. 2 players got sent to the hospital. The other guy, the stabber, got arrested.
As he should.
And then they went out and played, which is a remarkable ability to tune out a distraction. And
did they win?
I'm looking that up. I doubt it. I mean,
I wouldn't think so.
Dilfer's already been fired this year. Program's been in shambles.
I can't imagine a in-team stabbing is good for morale headed into the second to last week of the year. That's an all-time low.
It's not exactly Buddy Ryan and Kevin Gilbride fighting on the sideline in the for the 93 Oilers, is it, Dave?
Not quite.
No.
They lost. Oh, they actually played goalish.
Wow.
That was 48-18.
Yeah, that'll do it. Hey,
you got to wonder how many points those stabbing victims were worth.
And if you're a Florida fan, just be thankful that your team is not stabbing each other. Like, it could be worse.
Aaron Hernandez is not on the team.
He's not there anymore.
He's with Hitler now.
He is. Roommates. Bunkmates.
Bring back Tay-Bang. Do you remember that story?
Tay-Bang. What's that?
He was like the guy that they kind of got all their inappropriate things from during Mullins' time, I believe it was. And there was like a credit card issue, and there was like 15 guys, I think, that got suspended like before the season. And like Tay-Bang was the guy that was kind of behind it all.
Fixer.
Yeah.
I just miss Mullins' wife kissing those Florida players on the mouth.
The exact same thing. The same thing popped into my mind. Like, are they 3-8 if Dan Mullins' wife is still there kissing him on the mouth every time they get off the plane for a road game?
It's funny. UNLV's gone out and they've hired Dan Mullen and Josh Pastner.
You get Pavia's mom kissing the players and they get off the plane. Now that's a recruiting tool right there.
That's one that'll boost morale.
Matt is next. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey guys, just weighing in on the transfer quarterback
would you guys take Sam Levitt or Joey Aguilar next year?
Oh, Aguilar. I'd run it back. Just a second year in the system. Having an actual offseason to work with your receivers and the rest of that unit, I would sign up for that in a heartbeat. Like, I think Sam Levitt, he's a good player. But no, I would take Joey Aguilar every day and twice on Saturday.
Agreed. Walker, that's your boy.
I'm not allowed to answer this
full
question.
disclosure, Walker Smith is a Arizona State grad. Sam Levitt holds a special place in his heart.
Look, I was on the record earlier this week saying that if Sam Levitt came to Tennessee, he'd be the best quarterback Josh Heupel would ever have.
If we can't get Aguilar back, I'd welcome Levitt in. The thing I worry about is, like, Levitt is going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
So he's going to want at least $4 million. Then you're paying, like, what are you paying Faison and GMAC at that point? That's a lot of money in your quarterback room.
You're definitely not paying GMAC if you're paying $4 million to bring in another guy.
I just don't think that's a good allocation of your resources.
Yeah, that's fair. Just one thing to say about the game today, and I mean this absolutely from the bottom of my heart. Fuck the University of Florida.
Thank you.
Well said, Matt.
Could not have said it better myself.
Well said.
Go Wolves.
If Bob Baskerville was here, he'd be snapping for him.
Yeah.
He's not super experienced, but if you had to go get anybody out of the portal, I mean, I've been on this guy for a minute, but go get me Drew Mestamaker out of North Texas.
I was thinking him, the kid at Cal also is another one that might be on the move.
Following Mendoza's steps.
Somebody in the text box saying the Baylor kid is talking about reclassifying.
I mean, if he's as good as what people are saying, then I don't see why not. It's one of those things, like, especially at that position, the best thing for you is to try to get to that second contract in the NFL as soon as possible. I mean, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but, like, that's what they always say as far as you just
Texter says, after Kiffin turns down Florida, they'll hire Heupel. Are we worried about Josh Heupel being plucked away from us?
I could, like, if anybody wanted to make a move and you're Heupel, like, I get LSU. Just simply based off, like, Heupel's never been, like, the best good recruiting classes, but we've seen, like, you can land those top guys. I'm pretty sure it's still the most blue chips per capita school in the country or state in the country. Like, it's hard to beat LSU. You're looking at it from the talent around you standpoint. I mean, they won a national championship with Ed Orgeron as their head coach, for Christ's sake.
They did. Patrick is next. Go ahead, Patrick.
No, he's gone.
Oh.
Got detonated. Please call back, Patrick.
Sorry, Patrick. We blew you up.
Yeah,
865-966-3435. Rex is next. Sexy Rexy. What's up?
Guys, we did it.
We did it.
Is that ambulance coming for you, Rex?
We say that again?
Is that ambulance coming for you?
Okay. Yes, I've been drinking, and yes, I've been celebrating the cannabis-free laws across the great state of Tennessee, the victorious state of Tennessee, the state of Tennessee that drinks from the keg of glory tonight, my friends.
So Rex is into the booze and the wacky weed.
Where's Bear? Is Bear on this thing?
He left like 15 minutes ago.
He's an old man. He's got to get in bed. It's way past his bedtime.
But not before live tweeting the skunk situation. Or he wasn't tweeting. He was actually just texting in the group thread.
Herbal treatments. But guys, we won tonight. But does it feel bittersweet? It's the end of an era. But it didn't matter as much. Like, in our heart of hearts, is anybody really as worked up as we were when Juwan Jennings faked out Tabor and did that bobble catch for the end zone. I was there literally in my person, physical flesh in front of that. And I was like, that was the coolest thing of all time.
It's not as satisfying as that, was it, Rex? It like if we had kept our foot on the gas and ended up like beating them like 55-3, then it would have been epic on that scale. But the way we kind of took our foot off the gas, like I'm not saying it left a bitter, like it's still cool as hell to beat Florida in the swamp, but like it's not as satisfying as the 2016 win, I don't think.
It doesn't feel the same at all. And I was there when Hendon Hooker came into the end zone in 22, and we were in the south end zone with the Southies, and he came and gave that little motion. I told my second wife, I'm on number 2, and I said, hey, we're going to fucking win tonight. And she's an Alabama fan, but I converted her. Praise the Lord.
Just wonder how long it's going to take to convert wife number 3.
Well, you know why divorce is so expensive, Russ? Because they're worth it. Go Vols, motherfuckers!
Thanks, Rex. Appreciate it, man. You be safe out there now.
Yeah. You and Tuscaloosa Tina. Is that right?
Yeah.
Roll Tide Tina.
Rex is about blowed away.
Tuscaloosa Tina. Put some respect on her name. She's the mother of my child.
Did you really convert her?
I mean, we're in that state of like, why not? You know, we live here in Nashville. Like, we live right next to Vanderbilt. Anybody who ever wants to come to a Vanderbilt game, come here. But then, like, think about this. It was next weekend could, in the old days, be Diego Pavla, the best athlete since Jay Cutler here in Nashville, versus Aguilera, but they're suing each other. And like all across Nashville, there are Morgan and Morgan, which are piece of shit people who have like ads with Diego Pavia, who's doing the best deal he can for himself. And it's just like, what have we become? Like that game next weekend is going to be, it could be Diego versus Aguilera. Oh, but there's pending litigation. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's just one of these things where I go like, it could be Tennessee, Florida. But for whatever reason, my family put our family reunion in Campbell County, the hashtag G.I. Jane, wherever he is. And we would have that High Point Presbyterian Church. We'd have our family reunion. We go to the Mikado. Shout out to the hibachi people. Shout out to the Yum
Rex,
Yum
what
Sauce.
the hell are you talking about right now, man? You're wasted. You're blown away.
But I just miss the old days of the 90s of college football. I even fucking miss losing to the fucking Gators.
What are you talking about?
You are.
Okay, fucking dump me. Go Vols.
Oh, thank you, Rex, for that.
Oh, my man was lit.
Having a great night.
I didn't realize I was a Joe Milton football throwaway from Rexy right now.
Drunk as a skunk and higher than giraffe pussy.
That's pretty good.
Rex is absolutely toe up.
That was
I don't know where he's going. Like he's usually a very like astute, like very well spoken caller. Like he got like we're talking about Morgan and Pavia, and then we're in Campbell County, and then
he said there was Aguilar and Pavia were suing each other.
Yeah, that was what I was. It's
They're
like
on
I
the
was
same side. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, they're not. It's not a one or the other wins kind of thing. I do know what he's talking about with the Morgan and Morgan. There's they're ambulance chasers for those that aren't too familiar, but there's a couple of billboards throughout Nashville of like Diego Pavia with like one of their main attorneys.
Shout out to Don Jair on YouTube. Anybody see the Vandy mascot wipe out on his four-wheeler this morning?
I saw it on X. Yep. That's pretty cool. They actually, I don't know if they had the shot of him wiping out. It's just he's standing over there and the ATV's upside down.
Oh, I saw the full thing. Yeah, he
really?
gets
Okay,
on
I need
that
to go look it
thing,
up.
and then like he actually like he saved it for being a dumbass and flipping the ATV. Like he slides over and like pops up on his feet
That's so ridiculous, man. He,
in the costume with the big giant
That's
Commodore
so
head.
crazy.
Was it Norm Macdonald who had the bit about, it's like just joking about terrible things happening on a football field, but there's the mascot with just a permanent smile just standing like right beside it?
Oh, it's so good. The only mascot that should be allowed on motorized vehicles is Puddles over at Oregon. That's it.
Andy says, I'd like to get Rex back on the line to get that Nashville hibachi recommendation.
I didn't know. I thought he was talking about Campbell County there because I do need good.
I heard Campbell County.
I need good hibachi recommendations here. Here's the thing.
If I go to Campbell County, I'm going Rickard Ridge Barbecue. I don't know if I trust that Campbell County hibachi.
I've been here for 3 years now. My biggest problem is in Nashville, and I get it because of the cost. I cannot find a hibachi restaurant that has chicken breast. They all use chicken thighs, which isn't as good, but it's cheaper. And so I get why they do it, but it's like, you go to almost any hibachi restaurant in Knoxville and you want chicken, it's usually chicken breast. And I
Shout
can't
out
find that
to
here.
Kazoku Food Truck, my favorite hibachi here locally.
It's good stuff.
Coco Grill over there and off Cedar Bluff, pretty good too. That would go good right now. Some big old plate of hibachi with fried rice and carrots, zucchini, and all that stuff. Yum sauce, just all over the place. Just
good stuff.
It would be good. Too bad hibachi restaurants aren't open at 1:30 a.m.
Now I'll be hitting up the where's the place I go? Cookout. My peanut butter fudge milkshake.
Oh yeah.
Sounds
Victory milkshake. We earned it today.
Hell yeah,
we'll have to do something Saturday.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
I think I'm so
Vanderbilt won't be too late for Bear either, so maybe he'll even get to partake.
That's true. We might even be able to get a dinner in after VR.
Are you coming in for that, Davey?
Yeah, I'll be in for.
We could go do our. We haven't done a post-show Waffle House visit yet either.
It's true. Definitely do that.
That would be great.
That's a great tradition.
I'm going to be staying late. I never changed my eye doctor or my GP, and I actually scheduled my yearly physical and eye appointment on Monday after Thanksgiving. So
that's
a little extended time in Knoxville this coming
awesome.
week.
Have you met Dr. Jellyfingers yet?
No, I'm only 31.
Oh yeah, you got a few years.
You've got your first appointment scheduled with Dr. Jellyfinger soon.
Who, me?
Didn't you say you had one soon?
No, you're mixing.
That's a
You're
colonoscopy.
conflating two very different things.
Okay,
Walker.
what are you guys talking about?
There's a prostate exam and there's a colonoscopy. Go ahead, Russ.
Oh, all right. I got them confused.
Dr. Jellyfingers is the digital rectal exam where doctor shoves his finger up your asshole while you're bent over and feels your prostate.
That's right.
And then the colonoscopy is they shove you're out for that.
Yeah, it's camera.
I tell you that
that's camera.
Yeah,
anesthetics and all that stuff.
Davey, the first time I had the Dr. Jellyfingers, it's so jarring and so different. Like they don't. I don't know. Like I feel like it's something your dad should tell you about when he gives you the talk or something. Nobody told me what to expect. Like I know what happens, but I didn't know the process.
Let's say, what could he have said to make it any better?
Well, you could have. I'll tell you what he could have said. He could have said, when they offer you some tissues afterwards, use them.
That's good advice.
Because I'm bent over this table, and like at first, he sticks he sticks it a little bit. I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then also, oh my God, oh, it's not good. It's not good.
No, it doesn't sound fun.
And then when he comes out, you stand up and you're feeling very different. And
at any point, does he crack a joke? Try to lighten the
yes,
mood.
yeah, because yes, he said, "Sorry, I got these big pudgy football fingers." And I'm like, "That's not helping, Doc. That's not helping." And so he just he takes the glove off and he sets a box of tissue up there. But I'm like, I've already pulled up my pants because I'm just like, I just want to get my pants back on. And he looks up and he sees that I'm declining the tissues and he's like, "Oh, that's okay. You don't have to do that then." And I'm like, I just want to go home. I want to see my wife. But then I realize, oh my God, he after me the tissues because I've got lube leaking out of my ass now. But I can't pull my pants down again because that would be weird. Yeah, on second thought, Doc, I don't think you get enough of this. Just drop
I'm ready
here.
for round 2.
Yeah. And so I'm just sitting there leaking. And I have to walk down, I have to leave. I walk home, down the hall. I'm like, what's this like? And I get in the car, I drive home, and I get home and take my pants off, and sure enough, there's a big wet spot right on the back. So I'm walking through this doctor's office with a big wet spot on the back of my pants.
Oh man.
So see, guys, I'm telling you what nobody told me. When he puts that box of tissue up there, use it. Avail yourself of the tissues. It's critical.
I don't think my dad could have prepared me any better than that. It's exactly what he has to say to a young one.
Second time's not as bad. It's not good, but it's not as bad.
I used to have a lot of echocardiograms done, which it's, I guess, I don't know if they're using the same stuff for that, but whenever they roll the thing over your heart, I guess that's like a form of lube. I'm assuming that's kind of the same stuff they were using for you. I don't know, but
So are they taking an
yeah,
ultrasound?
that's yeah, I guess it would be the same stuff for the ultrasound.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely use the tissues for that. But then again, they're, to get views of the different chambers of the heart, they're having to go to different sides. So there's usually a lot of that stuff on the chest. You definitely you don't want to just put your shirt on right after that.
Just hate it when Davey gets lube all over his chest. It's
I
tough.
know.
It's tough. It's brutal.
Trying to say, yeah, the worst part was when he left the room and then the nurse came in and said, "Who the hell was that guy?" As long as Walker, as long as you don't feel two hands on your shoulders, it's probably okay. It's probably okay. That's the end of my rectal exam jokes. Patrick is back. Go ahead, Patrick.
Yes, sir. Russ.
Patrick.
Well, as Philly would say, hey, well, we're us. Well,
we ain't gonna
I guess
win.
we don't suck.
We ain't gonna win. You know it. I know it.
We gonna win. Hey, get this. That son of a bitch, Diego Pavier, talking all that bullshit. Mama, lava. We are back in the game, baby. Hey, Vanderbilt can go to hell. We are in this damn game. Vanderbilt can go to hell.
They can go to hell with Aaron Hernandez and Hitler.
No longer. Hey, ain't no hype seat for no Josh Heupel. All right.
Patrick, you've been boozing a little bit tonight. You've been celebrating.
Man.
You've been drinking off the keg of glory.
I may have had one or two off the keg of glory. I am enjoying this. Multiple times I went down to Gainesville. Correct? It was awful. It was terrible. I love seeing all my boys down there in Gainesville tonight get a dub.
Oh, it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable. Are you kidding me? Draining the swamp, seeing your players celebrate on their field, clearing that thing out. They're all leaving in the third quarter.
The only thing that's going to be better is watching Miss Aguilar dancing on Miss Pavia's grave next weekend in the walls of Neyland Stadium. We're going to find out who the MILF is, to be honest.
It's a
And,
milf off.
It's a milf off, and I'm pretty sure I know who's going to win. Theo Bun cannot save this woman, okay?
Miss Aguilar versus Miss Pavia. It's a milf off. Davey, who you got?
I would take. I will lean Joey's mom.
I'm probably leaning Pavia's mom, to be honest with you. She got that crazy thing going on too, you know.
Okay, yeah, Miss Pavia does kind of have a thing going on. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
You know, we're on live radio here. I am a married man. But here's the thing. So you cut me off, Russ. Cut me off. Here's the thing.
Yeah. You there?
Patrick. I still
Patrick,
hear.
you dropped your phone. What are you doing?
Patrick, we need you back.
Fucking drunk? What are you doing?
Come on, dog.
We didn't cut you off.
He's still there.
What's happening?
You're
Turn
still
him
there,
up.
Patrick.
Let's hear what's going on.
Oh, shit, we're still alive here.
You're still on.
Yeah, we're
what are you
still on,
doing? You damn
Patrick.
drunk?
Here's what I'm thinking. You know what? That son of a bitch down there in Florida, what was his name? All of them. All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
All right.
Where do we start?
I don't know. Where do we end? That's what I want to know.
You know, it all starts if we trace it really back to Will Muschamp down there at Florida.
Yeah,
Correct?
that guy.
Yeah. And then I come back to who's that guy who fucked the fish?
McElwain. It was a
McElwain,
shark.
Jim
Thank
McElwain.
you. It was a shark.
Yeah.
Get your details
That
right,
shark
Patrick.
fucker Jim McElwain. Cocksucking motherfucker Jim McElwain. You know, these are guys that we're so much better than all of them, right?
The shark humper.
Give me another phone touch.
All right, Patrick. Thank you, man.
Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen, yeah.
Another son of a bitch. Oh, yeah.
What about that guy?
Yeah.
His wife
That guy
kissing
too,
all the
man.
players, making out with the players as they get off the bus.
It's just weird.
You know what's so damn funny, Russ? You know what I heard somebody say online? I heard somebody say. I saw somebody say online. They said we tried to turn as the Ole Miss fan. They said we tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. And I said, yeah, buddy, we've already been there. You know, we've already divorced that slut. You know.
Yeah, we kicked her. I guess she left us, but
Well,
it was
whatever.
the best thing
Whatever
that,
happens. It's in the past.
Yeah, that was probably more of an annulment on our end.
Yeah, but it was more of an annoyment. You're correct, Davey. But damn, that is the greatest analogy of all time. Ole Miss has tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. I mean, that man, no matter what you do, that guy can praise God all he wants. He can say whatever he says changed. Nothing ever changes, man. He always sees the new vision, and it's out there for him. He always wants to chase the new opportunity.
yeah,
That's who he is.
he's a
That's
tough
what it
dog.
is.
As Hillary Clinton once said of Bill, he's a tough dog to keep on the porch.
That's right. Couldn't have said it, brother Russ. I love you. We beat the hell out of Florida by goddamn 5 touchdowns tonight. Go Balls. All right. This is a victory tonight.
Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate it.
Stay hydrated, buddy.
Who's drunker, Patrick or Rex tonight?
Oh, it's tough to top Rex.
Purely drunk, I would go Patrick. I could tell where the weed was getting into Rex's thoughts.
Yeah, that's true. He was in a
Losing
couple
his
different-
train of thought.
He was
a
in
little
two
bit,
different
yeah.
lanes.
I love it. The post midnight super sauced up voluntary reaction callers. I mean, this has just been fantastic.
Oh, it's so great. This is the first big win I've gotten to be on
Yeah.
for one of these. It's fun.
Rex did chime in the chat. Mikado. I guess that's the Japanese restaurant he was referring to.
Thank you, Rex.
Shout out.
Mikado. Wrapping up a Keg of Glory edition of the Voluntary Reaction. If you missed any of it, we're going to post the podcast as soon as we're done here. Go back and check that out. Relive all the glory of this Keg of Glory edition of the Voluntary Reaction presented by the Griffin Law Firm. Shout out to Marshall Griffin once again for checking in with us. It has been a baller show, if I do say so myself. Dan in Vegas is next. Go ahead, Dan.
How we doing, fellas?
What up, Dan? In Sin City, where our beloved basketball Vols will be taking the court against Rutgers. What is a Rutger? At 1 p.m. on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we will be playing the number one team in the country, the Houston Cougars, at 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. So I actually I looked at tickets for all this, obviously, because here I am, a Vol in Las Vegas, and I said, well, I certainly should look into attending these events. And you would not believe the ticket prices. They were outrageous.
How much are we talking about?
Well, I'm going off memory here, but you're thinking like a weekday event. I mean, it was over $100.
Yeah, you think like $50 or something to get in?
No, it was it's like it's not nothing. You're thinking like it's one of these
good chunk of change
events. Yeah,
isn't the first game like 10 a.m. local time?
It's so overpriced, it's crazy.
Well, so you're gonna be watching it on TV. By the way, fan run listener
I
watch
will be
party.
watching on TV just like you guys are.
Yeah, we'll be live Tuesday at Barley's in the Old City. If you want to come out and watch the game with us, we'll be doing the show from 3 to 6, and then the Houston game tips off at 6. So I think John Reed, a couple of other guys from the station, are going to be down there with us, the drive, and we'll go right into the game. If you want to come down and have a cold garage beer or two with us, a little pizza, be good times.
But I'm feeling pretty good. I saw Tennessee beat Florida in the Swamp for the first time since I was in 4th grade, gentlemen. 4th grade.
Wow. Been a long time coming.
Yeah. That was
I mean, just think about like how different. I mean, for you, like you were a kid. I mean, like I was 23, but I was still a kid. Like I was not married. I did not have kids. I was working in radio. I had nothing, man. Like a small apartment. Just no money. Just living the dream though. Didn't even know who Lane Kiffin was in 2003.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good day. I mean, is there more to be desired from this season? I think we can all agree that maybe there was, but I think ending this streak is huge. And I think after the Oklahoma game, we had a lot of concerns about Heupel, but the fact that he could get over this hump in particular, I'm really happy with him and the direction he's taken the program. The caveat being we beat Vanderbilt next week.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one. I mean, Davey, if we fall on our face next week, we don't get it done against Vandy. I mean, like that. I mean, you still beat Florida. It's kind of like harkens back to 2001 when you beat Florida is a great win, but then you turned around and laid an egg against a 9-3 LSU team in the SEC championship game. You have to finish the deal here.
Completely. And I do feel like, with this game not even being one where it's like there was a lot of emotion involved, I think it'll be easy to reset and get ready for Vanderbilt. It wasn't like, it was a harrowing comeback that, you managed to go into the fourth quarter and find a way to win. Like it was, you were in control from the beginning and everything was very even kill. And I think that should be easier to just transition into getting prepared for next week.
And I'll tell you something else that's going to be interesting, guys. They made a big deal about this week because they talked about it on the ABC broadcast tonight. And I heard other people, I think it was written about or talked about somewhere else locally this week, that Heupel made it a point to talk to the team about the history of this rivalry. Which is interesting, right? When you haven't won in a place in so long, maybe you think you kind of downplay that and like not psych them out. But I guess he kind of took the opposite approach and told them about, what a rivalry this is. And I don't know if they always do that, but it feels like it worked because our guys were up for it. They were dialed in and ready to play tonight. And like if you don't usually do that, I would suggest you do the same thing, because all the distractions we talked about, guys wondering where they're going to play next year, tampering, the portal, all that stuff, wondering about their deals, their NIL, they're going to renegotiate, agents involved, all that bullshit. Like if you're Heupel, you got to spend some time Monday, like say, hey, this is in-state rivalry, goes back well over 100 years. This is the team we've played more than anybody else. And they're coming in to tear our kingdom down, right? They've got a good team this year. And so it can't be like maybe it has been in the past against Vanderbilt, where they don't necessarily get our best effort. They're better than Florida. We're going to have to play two halves. We're going to have to play a complete game to beat these guys. And I think that's interesting, because whatever he told them about Florida, it clearly worked.
Yeah, and with Vanderbilt last year, because I know we got down early in that one. You had to fight your way back, but I think they might have made a comment on the broadcast tonight, but nobody that played in the game today had played in Gainesville 2 years ago, which that's pretty fascinating if that's the case.
Yeah,
That's modern college football.
It's such a young team, man. I think 50% of this roster is freshmen, true freshmen, or redshirt freshmen, or first or second year guys. And so we'll see if that retention strategy pays off, if we're a little bit more mature, a little bit more buttoned up next year, and if we can keep these guys, because that's the youth movement is happening.
Yeah, and I mean, again, a lot of youth, but the added benefit of it being senior night, some emotions there. The guys want to go out and give their teammates a lasting memory in Neyland of at least leaving a good taste in your mouth.
Yep. Anything else, Dan?
Yeah, no, just Josh Heupel winning this game has definitely, reinvigorated, at least for me, and I think I can speak for my dad and my uncle and all of us, that the loss against Oklahoma was bad, but I think ending this streak definitely is is way better than beating. Okay, yeah, we should have won that game against Oklahoma, but ending this streak is huge, and I don't want Heupel to go anywhere. I know Herb Street mentioned again tonight on the broadcast about there's some crazy Tennessee fans out there that want Heupel. I don't want Heupel to go anywhere. I want Heupel to succeed here, and I think he's taking us in the right direction. And go Vols. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. The chat the YouTube chat is not being kind to Dan right now. People are
not being kind.
Clowning him for not having $100 to go see the basketball team. He's in Vegas. They say just go down and should have bet on the Vols tonight, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
I still don't get.
It's a lot of money to go see.
It's a lot.
A basketball game.
I imagine they drop right away. I mean, that first game against Rutgers on Monday is at 10 a.m. local time.
Yeah. What arena is it in? Do we know?
It's where they've been having the that's no longer a thing.
It's like the MGM Grand or something.
It's either. I assume it's going to be at either Michelob Arena, where the Aces play, or at T-Mobile, where all the UFC fights and all that stuff is. Both are good arenas, but like Michelob is inside of a casino, and T-Mobile's its own thing. So that would probably change up the experience.
Michelob, some days are better than others. Remember that jingle from back in the day, Davey?
I actually don't. I don't really remember many
early 90s, man. I might be dating myself there.
Yeah. Born in 94.
My friend Monty always had Michelob Light over at his house. We'd go over there and drink Mickey Light. Now you got Mick Ultra. That's the big thing.
Yeah. That's a solid beer.
For the drunk who wants to watch his waist.
Yeah, of course. Low calorie.
Yeah,
Low
absolutely.
calories.
Yep. All right, boys. This has been fun. I'm glad we got it done. I'm so relieved. I did not want to think about doing another Florida loss voluntary reaction, another one in the swamp. That would have been ugly.
No nature
I would have
walk.
been angry. I would have been sad. It would have been bad. This was not bad. This was good. This was a lot of fun. I think we celebrated it. I don't know. I feel like we didn't come out of the gates firing. Just like, again, I was just so relieved just to get this game done with, over, get that win in the column that maybe it hasn't been celebrated properly. It's not like when we beat Alabama. It's like, oh my God, it's just like, whew, all right, man, we didn't lose to that crummy 3-7 Florida team. We broke the streak. Thank God. Now we can focus on Vanderbilt. Let's finish this season the way we have to. It'll be like 40 wins in the last 4 years or something like that. I mean, we're on a run here.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a hell of a run.
Yeah, as one of the best teams in the best conference, or one of the best programs in the best conference in America. You win 40 games in 4 years. Doesn't, regardless of what postseason success you have, you tell any program you'll take 40 wins in 4 years, they'll sign up for it that second.
Is Nico died? A lot of people in the chat saying Nico's had a.
Did not see it.
Yeah, I made a comment about it. He got sacked and stayed down, and then they showed a picture of him walking into the locker room, and he had his towel over his head. But I think I don't know what the injury was, but he was not finishing this one out. I think they've scored 14 points since he went out, though.
Yeah, well, trouble in paradise.
Shout out to Ron DeSantis going through it, tweeting through it tonight. All the Gators. I'll be looking forward to perusing the Swamp 247 message board a little bit later tonight. I can't imagine they're too terribly shocked, surprised, disappointed. They're just wanting to know who their next coach is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like with us in Kentucky, it's like even when we're bad, it's like we still kind of expect to win that game, especially at home. And them not even being in the game from the beginning had to be frustrating for them. But
he's right.
Too damn bad.
Rock bottom for a Florida program. In my life, I can't remember a time when Florida's been this bad.
They can suck a fat one.
Horrible. They certainly can.
Davey, what is your position on adult cheerleading competitions?
Please.
I do not understand the point for them.
What are they cheering for? Who are they cheering?
I guess again, this would have been high school, but the best thing I can draw on is in dodgeball when Justin has to show up and fill in after Brad falls off the roller coaster and breaks every bone in his body. But yeah, I guess it's just a point system, and they do it for the love of the game. I can't imagine there's much outside of just the thrill of winning involved in this. But the fact that Bill Belichick went and sat through that with his girlfriend just goes to show you it's true love, Russ.
What do you think? You think Bill felt at all threatened by that little feller who had his hands all up in Jordan's rear end?
As a guy that is watched a lot of football, and he probably just equates it to the quarterback having his hands on the butt of the center.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's part of the job. Guy's just out there doing his job for his team.
Yeah, those guys too that are cheering at that point are probably gay as well, so he's probably not too concerned.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah.
But.
Okay.
All right, boys, let's have some closing thoughts here as we put the finishing touches on another Keg of Glory edition of the Voluntary Reaction presented by the Griffin Law Firm. Davey, always great spending a couple of hours with you, especially when it's under victorious circumstances. Go ahead and give me a few parting thoughts, if you will.
Yes, sir. Well, this is the first voluntary reaction victory for a game in Gainesville. So it's good to get that one and put a check mark next to it. I loved what I saw in the first half, man. It was just great to see this team come out, no self-inflicted wounds. You were just taking advantage of a team that you were superior than, and you just went down the field, put touchdowns on the board, and then it got to the point where you went to halftime and you just milked the clock the rest of the way, and you go home scot-free. I do want to give a special shout out to my cousin Copeland and his wife Kaylee. They just welcomed a baby boy. Deacon does not know what it's like to live in a world where Tennessee has lost to Florida. So
awesome.
He's got a better start than most of us. So shout out. They're doing well, and can't wait to see them next week coming in for the holidays. And thank you to all the listeners that continue to support us. Love doing this show. Love doing it with you guys. And so excited to be in studio next week.
Walker Smith, thank you for helping out tonight. Yeoman's work is always by you through the glass this afternoon, getting the YouTube feed going and the board and all that magic you work back there. Really appreciate the hard work. Give us some parting thoughts this evening.
Yes, final thoughts. I mean, I said I was thinking we were gonna win this game all week, but I mean, I hate Florida so much. Like I speak for hopefully a lot of people my age or slightly older, whereas like this was the rivalry that defined our childhood growing up. Like I hated Florida with a passion more than any other team. And we didn't get to see them. I haven't gotten to see them win on the road since I was 2.5, which if you even count that as seeing, doesn't count. So to end this rivalry before, we only play them once every 2 years, only go on the road once every 4 years, to end it finally winning on the road for the first time in a long time. It's one of the most satisfying, relieving feelings I've had after a Tennessee game. Like it feels so good to see that happen before this rivalry ends. It's awesome. And I'm so glad I got to see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out for me where this ranks in terms of Florida wins. We've only had a handful of them. And certainly 98 is right up there near the top. 2016 breaking the streak. 2001 down there was big. This is up there. It's probably behind 2001, but not far. It's right there with that 03 game down there. So this was a good one. This was memorable. I can't wait to go back and do a rewatch, look at the film, watch the highlights, all that good stuff. And this Heupel guy,
we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, he's not perfect, As I always say, the perfect football coach does not exist. Josh Heupel certainly has his warts, but man, he's given us some great moments through these 5 seasons. I mean, from blowing the doors off South Carolina, Missouri that first year, to the magical run in 22, the win at LSU, the win over Bama, the win over Florida then, the Orange Bowl win. 2023 beating Texas A&M at home, that was a big one. And then beating Alabama last year in 24, getting us to the playoffs, and tonight. He has consistently delivered big moments. We don't have a trophy yet. Haven't hung a banner.
It's hard to win.
That's got to be the next step. We've got to figure a way to do that. But he is. I just think about where we were. You look at how down bad Florida is right now. We've been there, and it's good not to be there. So we celebrate that. We drink from the keg of glory. We appreciate you. Shout out to all the folks watching on YouTube. Thank you for smashing that like button. If you haven't done that, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the Fan Run channel on YouTube, and that really helps us grow our brand here. Shout out to everybody who listens to the pod in the future. You didn't hear it live. You're on that treadmill tomorrow. You're washing dishes. You're out doing some yard work, whatever. Hell yeah, man.
Got a little extra pep in your step on Sunday.
Yeah. This was a great couple of hours for you digging into this. And a big thanks to our sponsor, Marshall Griffin, the Griffin Law Firm. Again, check them out, griffinlawdefense.com. If you've got military members in your family, if you know somebody who works for the DOE, the FBI, FCC, DOD, something like that, any of those alphabet agencies, find yourself subject to adverse action by the government, griffinlawdefense.com. You don't even know you don't even know you've got legal options. You do. GriffinLawDefense.com. Go check them out. Davey, Walker, appreciate you. Thank you, Bear. We will do it again next week after the Vanderbilt game. Be sure to tune in. Fan Run Radio programming starts bright and early, 8 a.m. on Monday with Talk Sports, the Basilio Show from 11 to 1. William Pattison, Friends 1 to 3, and we will be back for Overreaction Monday on the Drive, 3 to 6. Have a great Sunday. We'll talk to you next week right here on Fan Run Radio.